Jacob.
Big up, everybody. Happy Monday. How are you doing? How are you feeling? How is the view from up here? Yes, we still remain on top of the league, much to a lot of people's chagrin, but hey, how you doing? Nonetheless, happy to have you here on another Monday. It's actually 4 p.m. here. Hour change there in the UK made things fun. But should be the usual time in the UK. It's interesting how that worked out. Because now y'all are only 6 hours ahead of me. But good morning, happy Tuesday to anybody in Australia. Sorry you did not have anything to watch on your Monday if you were looking for it here. But big ups, everybody. Nonetheless, how are we doing? Y'all, I feel kind of like sad. We got to wait a whole week now. We have 7 days. Shout out the ring, but we have 7 days until our next match. And honestly, I guess that could be a good thing because Chelsea have a match in between there. So it could be a good thing at the end of the day. But you know what? 7 days. 7 days. I just feel like, man, why'd you do this to me? Whoever was in charge of the Premier League scheduling, I guess maybe they're trying to bless us. I don't know. But Pochettino's return is imminent. We were originally scheduled to play them on my birthday, which is in 2 days. So I'll be turning 33 for those of you who do care. 33 on Wednesday. Shout out Sava. I believe I know we share the same birthday. So shout out Sava. November 1st, babies. We're not babies anymore, I'll tell you that much. I'm getting older, y'all. But how is everybody doing? Let me know. Hit those likes and participate in the poll. Question today, obviously, like I mentioned, Pochettino coming to town. The main thing I want to know from people, who loved him and maybe don't love him so much now is, and I want to know from rival fans, neutrals as well, like viewing it from a standpoint, is it immature? Is it behoove me to not want to cheer this man on? And when I see him, I'm going to boo him. And I know I'm over here in the States, but I'll probably give a couple of birds to the TV if I'm honest. Now, I'm curious, is that just immature of me? Is it because I'm an emotional beast? Maybe. I don't know. But for me, the way that I feel. Oh, wait, here, Chewy's here. By the way, he decided it was like pulling fucking teeth with this guy. Chewy, I already dropped an F-bomb 5 minutes in. Shout out to YouTube algorithm lords. Hopefully they're blessing me well. Hopefully they're blessing me nice. Either way, we're top of the league, even if YouTube overlords don't want that to happen. But look, the poll's pretty split right now. The question today is, what do you think the appropriate way to welcome back Poch is? He is returning to the lane for the first time since his sacking. And some people agree with it. Some people thought it was overdue. Some people thought that he wasn't properly back, so therefore not his fault, the club's fault. And look, I sympathize with it all. But needless to say, this is not the past. This is the present. And presently, as you can see on the thumbnail of this, Pochettino in a Chelsea tracksuit. He looks pretty snug as a bug in that thing. And he said some things that, some people may like, may not like. I don't know. But speaking of some things people may like and may love, there's really not an option for I don't like. There's only an option for what a beautiful beast that guy is. Let me go ahead and bring him in without further ado. What's up, Paul?
Yeah, hello.
How you doing,
going, Jacob?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Yeah, not bad. No trees here today. I'm just parked under a bridge. It feels like I'm about to hand out handies for $10 where I'm parked, actually. But yeah, $10, not bad in this economical. Right?
Yeah, in today's economic stature, that's not bad. But let's see how.
Okay?
I can hear you. You slightly sometimes sound like a robot, but that's okay.
Okay, cool.
At least I don't hear an echo, and I think that's the most important thing. As you can see, the Freedom Stash is coming back, Paul, in case you were wondering. The Freedom Stash is coming back. There it is.
Liberty, life,
Yeah.
liberty in the American way.
Life, liberty, and hot dogs and hamburgers and a barbecue. I think that's what they say. But look, Paul, today's thumbnail you probably didn't see because you out there chauffeuring the elite of the elite.
What about that? I showed the model to a photo shoot. I put the windows up and aircon on, and then started sneezing and said, "Oh, it's just a bit of a cold." Windows straight back down. What the fuck? So, you know.
It ain't a bit of a cold, I'll tell you that much. There is something going around, and it ain't Kris Kringle. But look, Pochettino, he's coming back to the lane. You and I had a lot of fun with those hostage videos that he made before the season started, where he's in some wooden lodge, and it looks like he's cuffed to the chair. We did have some fun with that. But do you think that, like, we should boo him, or is it bad to boo him? Some people are saying, "Oh, how could you? He's a legend. How could you boo him?" Look, the poll right now, 35% say be kind to him for the memories. 31 votes. Partake in the poll. Let me know how you feel. Hit a like on the video while you're at it.
I don't know, man. I don't know what I'd do if I was at the ground. I can see both sides of it. You know, I think he made some comments about Spurs, didn't he? Which, you know, like Chelsea's a bigger club or something like that. Something like that, did he? Or was he...
Was that an 18-wheeler that just whizzed by your car? That was cool.
Sorry, man.
No, be careful.
Has he bad-mouthed Spurs at all?
Well, look, now that you asked, why don't I go ahead and shaboingy. Here we are. So I saw this tweet. I bookmarked it. Obviously, this is not my endorsement. This is CDog THFC on Twitter. But he says, "Why would you boo Poch? He's a Spurs legend." And the font leads me to believe that he thinks that's a silly stance. And he says, "Why? Let me show you something." It says, Poch, quote, "In the last 10, 12, 15 years, Chelsea is the greatest team in England." Now, some people would say, how could you be upset with the man for a factual statement? And some people would say, how dare he say that? Some would say he's just buttering up to his employers. But for me, look, you can see on his wrist, it looks like some sort of shackled device that's keeping him on that chair. We know the tracksuit that, you know, maybe that's what he used to wear at Spurs, but now he should just go up a size and embrace it. Look, I'm no one to talk because I'm not shaming anyone. I had to had that adjustment with myself when, you know what, there's just a time when you got to go up a size because guess what, buddy, you're not as young as you used to be. And I think I digress, but booing him at the stadium, how do you feel about that? Would you boo him if you were at the stadium, or would you just say, I don't really care, we're on to the next thing?
I genuinely don't know, man. I genuinely don't know. Because, yeah, I get, you know, thanks for the memories and all that. That's true. So on that side, he deserves not to be booed. But on the other hand, I don't like him saying things like Chelsea elite. Because greatness is, you know, it's subjective, isn't it? You know, every football fan would say their own team is the greatest, I guess, you know. I think our manager, Postecoglou, has been a lot more classy about his previous clubs. He hasn't been sacked by any of them, but he had a real tough time when he was managing the Australian national team, left on his own terms, but they gave him hell, and he's been pretty classy about that. So the other side of me, the evil side of me, thinks, well, in a game you want any bloody advantage, don't you? And if booing him gets in his head and that goes into the players, then that's not a bad thing. So I don't know. I don't know, man. It's whether I don't know if I quite boo, man. But like if I was in with 10,000 people and they were all booing, I'd probably boo as well. And if they were, you know, gave him a clap, I'd probably clap. I'm just a sheep. You know.
You're just getting let off the cliff there, Paul. You're just following the other cows. You're just, there's the cow in front of me, and I'm following them off. I'm not going
to go, shut up, stop booing. I mean, I don't know. He's the enemy, isn't he?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, look, I mean, you don't expect the guy to be unemployed. So it's not like I've got a huge issue with him going to Chelsea because, you know, he wants to be a football coach. So, and there isn't loyalty in football, really. You know, it's an entertainment business, and this sort of stuff happens. I don't know. I'm morally ambivalent about it. You know, I'm sorry, it's not giving you great content, man. But you know.
Well, you know, you are under a bridge, and sometimes that's good content in and of itself. But while I do,
if I can put my conspiracy hat on for a second,
Okay. Yeah.
I think Poch might be a bit of a double agent for Spurs. He's making sure Chelsea are nice and mediocre, but not so bad that he gets sacked before Christmas. We can really send them off the cliff in the new year. And if we boo him, that'll keep his cover. If we all cheer him and go, "Oh, he's managing," cover's blown.
Well, that's a good point. I would hope that no one sings his name. I'm going to mute you real quick while I go on a little bit of a ramble and say hello to the chat. But there he is. There's the main topic I wanted to talk about. Look, because I feel like a lot of the content of Spurs has been saturated with could we not, will they, won't they? And to me, we can play that game all day long because it's like good conversation, right? But for me, I got things to look forward to at this current juncture, and that is Pochettino returning to White Hart Lane. Now, look, however you want to package that emotionally for yourself, I'm not one to tell you how to do that. For me, I feel not angry, but like not nice towards him, and it's not because I'm upset with him. It's because, like you said early on, there was a little Oreo cookie you dropped within that statement you were making, Paul, where you said he is the enemy. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. It doesn't boil down to his time at Spurs. It doesn't boil down to him taking the job because, look, I understand as a man, you got to provide for your family. You have a certain lifestyle that you're trying to maintain and uphold. And as the man and the breadwinner of that family, it is your duty to do so. And he did that. I'm sure he's making a pretty penny to go and work for Chelsea. So I put it, like, I'm not mad at him. I'm not upset with him. I'm not bitter. I don't look back at our time and be like there's a stain on it, because I don't think that there is. I just see it as, at this juncture, when you arrive in a week, you are the enemy. And that's just that at the end of the day. And I think that's a good way to put it. But let me see what's up in the chat. I haven't even said hello to anybody, but I put this comment up from Inacoma. It says, "Hey, Jacob, keep up the good work. Membership chat for 1 month. Big up, Inacoma. How are you doing? Thank you for saying hello." But unfortunately for you, Inacoma, Archibald gets the first place prize and the first place YouTube member prize, because they said, "Hi, Jacob, playing darts with my team tonight." They probably won't even be here right now, but they get the double place prize. But big up Inacoma for being here. Says, "You watched the Basuma interview on Kick Game." Actually, I watched it last night. It was great. I saw it because Expressions tweeted it, and he was on. I thought it looked like a little funny bit. I was like, "Oh, I want to see what Expression says to Basuma," and it was hilarious. I skipped a little bit through some of it, but for the most part, I watched all of it. Basuma's ended up spending, I think, north of 12 grand is how much his bill was at the end of that. Bought a whole bunch of stuff. Hey, hit me up. I'd love to go in there and just grab everything off the shelf that I like. And who cares about the number? But it was a fun little interview. Big up Kate with Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs. Says, "Big up Jacob and Chewy." Chewy is here. He did show up for work today. Big up Paul. We are back in the house. Still under the bridge. No Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Is my audio a little bit better now?
It's still the same to me. I
thought I realised why it might be, but obviously,
I would just say it's probably your cellular connection. It might be just a little bit jammy because you're under a bridge. I don't know, but
hang on.
Give me the thumbs up when you're good to go, just so I'm not. All right, cool. Big up Jim says, "Hi Jacob and Chewy. Hope you're well, mate. Bring on Chelsea. Ange and the boys are waiting. I don't know, but either way, I think you're right in both instances." Big up Steve D says, oh, he's talking to Kate there, and Jim. Big up Steve D says, "Evening Jim," or "Evening Jacob." Hey, hashtag Jim in every single time. Elvis G says, "Evening Jacob" in the chat. Big up Elvis G. How you doing? Good to see you here. Futility 1912 says, "Bring out the chupacabra, but the chupacabra is sleeping." Well, I guess you're going to have to go wake him up now, won't you? Look, he's there. I brought him, the mangy mutt. He's arrived. I got the thumbs up from Paul. He's good to go. Here we are. Hello.
Well, I'm not at bridge, but I don't know,
It sounds good. I don't hear an echo, which to me is the most important thing, because remember that one day when we just couldn't quite sort that out.
It's funny to hear an echo of your own voice. I can't talk. I just know, when you're hearing yourself, it's horrible.
Yeah, no, I'm not hearing it now, so that's good for the most part. Big up Steady as Shark. Hit us with the chicken emoji. Ash is in the house. Big up Ash all the way. Let me remember. India. I believe it was. I believe that's where Ash is tapping in from. Ash called in to Time Added On a few weeks ago, if you didn't know. But Big Up says, hi, Jacob Chewy in the chat. So glad to be awake for this. I spoke to my friend at EA, and he said he'll pass on the message. Look, Paul, I've been working hard to get Ange Postecoglou's face in EAFC because they don't, the disrespect, first and foremost, to your two-time reigning manager of the month, Ange Postecoglou. They don't have his face in the game. So Ash knows some people out there, knows some IT people that work at EA. And so just confirming, Big Up, Ash, as I spoke to my friend at EA, said he'll pass on the message that he needs to go out there and get his face scanned. He's a two-time, no excuse.
Just tell him Rush Limbaugh is not the manager of Tottenham. It's Ange Postecoglou.
He does look different this year, to be fair, but it's still not
really?
his face.
So they've gone to the effort of changing his look, but not bothering.
Yeah, they made him look different, but not like for the better. Big Up Jaco in the house. Jacob, same shirt till Monday. No, I will be doing that though again next international break. So stay tuned. Stinky shirt time will return. Kevin Williams. Good evening, Jacob, my man. Hope you're doing well. Damn, it's going to feel so weird seeing Poch at the lane as a Chelsea manager. Look, here's my next question. Do you think, Paul, he's going to wear something with a Chelsea logo, or is he just going to go with the clean suit, no Chelsea logo? Because for me, I'm booing him if I see any logo on him. I don't know. Is it that petty for me that I hinge it upon a simple logo? But I feel like, don't you walk in this stadium wearing that logo? But then again, he never managed a game in that stadium. So
right over his heart as well. That stupid Chelsea logo. Maybe he might kiss it.
Yeah.
So you're more inclined. Like, it's like part of me, the good part of me, wants to not welcome him back, but like you boo any other. It's not. I don't think it's uncommon to boo a manager of another team. Just generally, is it? I think people do that. The other team, or the other players. You boo the manager. I don't think there's.
I don't know that when they touch the pitch that people boo them necessarily, but to me, I want to keep the vibes. I want to keep it like, yo, this ain't no friendly place. You never manage here. We don't know you here. Who are you? Is how I want it to be. Now, if that's the case, we shall see. But honestly, this is one of those games that when the season schedule comes out, you look at and you're like, circle that one. Pochettino's return to White Hart Lane. So, look, we have a week to look forward to it. They have to look forward to Blackburn midweek, and then they get to look forward to us. So, you know what? I also threw out, and you're probably the perfect person to throw this to. I said Ange Postecoglou's playing 4D chess right now. He got us kicked out that Fulham match in the Carabao Cup. He knew that if we did go out, it would only bode well for our prospects at the beginning of the season. Because look, while these teams are playing tomorrow and Wednesday, we're chilling.
Well, I'm hoping that Poch tries some mind games with Ange, because there's no one on earth that's beating Ange in mind games. You just can't. You can't affect a guy. He doesn't work that way. He's a bull that way. So no, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. People still going on about the Carabao Cup Toppers League. I thought it was fair enough, especially after talking to you the day after. You chilled me out. You calmed me down. I don't think it was deliberate. I don't think it was a sacrifice. But it's worked out well for us. There's no doubt about it.
Hey, sometimes you stumble into a good thing,
I'd rather be where we are now, in the position we're playing, the football we're playing, than like sixth in the next round of the Carabao Cup. There's still no guarantee we would have won anyway. It's not like, if we beat Fulham, we would have won it.
Well, that's fair. Fair point. Technically, we didn't even lose within 90 minutes, but that's neither here nor there. Big up Ravi in the house. Big up Spurs. GCTV says, evening, Jacob. This time next week, we'll be cruising back to the top. Hey, ain't that the truth? Big up Future Music says, hey, Jacob, and all that StreamYard duck is very nearly in the perfect place. Look at that. Almost very nearly, but damn it, I hate it. Because I went to a free account. I had to switch accounts, Paul. And I went to a free account, so now that stupid-ass duck is in the top corner. But, hey, you know what? At least it's a duck and not like butt cheeks or something. I don't know. But big up. Steady as Shark says, I'd cheer for Poch. Big up. Hey, again, all opinions are welcome here. I'm just throwing out for the conversation's sake, like, how do you feel about it? What do you think about it? Futility says he's getting sacked again. Don't worry. That may be the case, especially if we smash him 4-0 or something.
I can empathise with people wanting to cheer. You know, if they enjoyed their time at Spurs when he was there, you know, you're gonna have some sort of emotional feeling. Oh, I'm back. You know, some sort of emotional feeling, which could be a positive. But for me, he's the enemy. So, you know.
That's at the end of the day what it boils down to. He's the enemy. Jaco says, I'll give an ovation if Chelsea lose. If they win, he gets nothing. So I guess for some people it's dependent. Maybe I should have tried to do that in the poll is give people the option that your welcoming of Pochettino is dependent on some kind of result or something happening. I don't know. But big up Steady as Shark. Paul is from Middle Earth, says Futility. JC says, hey, Jacob, how are you doing? We are coming. We are, but pause real quick. Ravi says, $10. Does that buy you much in the USA? It'll get you a burger, I'll tell you that much. Big up everyone talking about the 10 bucks. Respect to Paul in the place.
It would have got you something here, but I've moved away from under the bridge now, unfortunately. So.
It's easily 25 now. Big up Mick Dundee says Mick Dundee's in the house.
Moved uptown.
Yeah. Kev says, I hate that we're in this situation. I'm pissed that he decided to join the dark side. It's really sad. I'm not booing or cheering him. I hate this. Kevin, it's okay. I understand your sentiment. Look, this is a complicated moment and juncture for, I feel like, a lot of people because while I don't consider him a club legend because technically he never won anything, but he took us to the precipice of a place that we had never been before. And that still counts for something. So you have to give him credit there. But in the grand scheme of things being successful, ultimately you have to say, no, he was not. But there are people who say, Paul, that we wouldn't have the stature we have now if it wasn't for him. Fans like myself wouldn't have come on board if it wasn't for a manager like him. Now, do you think something like that could be true, or do you think it's just eventuality we naturally would have gravitated towards each other?
I don't know. It's a hypothetical, isn't it? You know, ifs and buts and all that. I mean, if we didn't have Poch, we might have had someone better or worse. Who knows, man? I don't know. I don't know about that. I think as long as we ended up with Ange right now, who cares? Past is the past. Well, a losing past is the past. We have got much more winning that's happened in our past that we should be more mindful of. You know.
Yeah. Big up Darren Wimbledon says, good evening, Jacob and chat. My birthday coming up, going away with the missus this weekend. That's why the match is Monday evening, 5-0 on the cards. Darren Wimbledon looks like he's in charge of the Premier League scheduling, and that's pretty sweet. But schedule something on my birthday. I love a birthday match. I had a great moment when I turned 30. It was Gareth Bale versus Brighton. He had the game winner. And it was a fun, it's just one of those like, on my 30th birthday, I got to see Gareth Bale. And, I understand it was COVID season, whatever, but I had a good time with that one anyway. Big up Daniel.
When we're in the European Cup final that week, it was my birthday. It was the European Cup final. And I was also going to have a tryout for an endurance motorcar race. And we lost the final and the car company went bankrupt. But it's still my birthday, so I'm still up on the deal.
Hey, at least there's that. Big up Daniel E. Big up David Calvino. JC's in the house says booing could be the right thing to give him extra motivation for the win. JC is a Chelsea fan, so they're saying for us to boo Pochettino because that could be the extra percent that he needs. Do you think that could play a factor, Paul, in the eventual outcome of this situation is if we do X or Z, then this result shall be this? Do you think that that's possible?
Well, if a Chelsea fan's saying that, I'd say cheering then. I think he's playing. I think JC is trying to play 4D chess with us.
Oh, JC, I see what you're doing. You're trying to get us to cheer for Poch. That's what it is. Make me feel good.
Saying Chelsea wants us to. Maybe Chelsea don't want us to boo, but he's saying boo. So we go, well, I'm not doing what a Chelsea fan says, so I won't boo him, but we should boo him. It's all, oh, God.
They're really pulling the old switcheroo on us. But big up JC's here nonetheless. Futility says they photoshopped the PS controller out of his hands. He's referring to playing Chelsea on beginner in EAFC. Big up. Skullax is in the house. Yeah, go ahead.
That was Futility, was it?
Yeah, Futility 1912.
You know I don't reply to comments.
You don't. No, you don't. It's offensive.
I keep forgetting to mention this comment that Futility dropped on my thing. If you believe me, don't. So I was talking about this. I was just going off on one. There's this species of frog in Alaska that during the winter it freezes solid, and then 5 months later it thaws out. It's called a wood frog. And then Futility said, Ange Postecoglou is as cool as that frog. And he came up with the best pun I've heard in a long time, Ange Frosty Froglou. So I just thought I'd say
Frosty Froglou. Ange Frosty Froglou.
To Futility.
Hey,
see, I do Futility.
Hey, there's proof he reads it, folks. Well, go subscribe to the Hotspur Hippie. I'll plug it in the channel, in the description, and all that in a minute. But yeah, hey, big up Futility for that. Big up SkullX as well. Ravi says, question: where can Spurs take advantage of Chelsea in the game? I'm gonna say all over the pitch. You look at the entirety of everywhere there's grass, that's where we're taking care of them. That's where we're taking advantage of Chelsea. Now, I'm not saying it's...
Great minds think alike, Jacob. All seldom differ, but anywhere in that rectangle, mate. Anywhere.
Yeah, and you point there, we're dominating. That's just how I feel. Now, I do think it's going to be a tough match. I don't want to give anything away. I don't want to give any cookies away before we've had dinner, so to speak, but we will talk about it. Kevin Williams says, question, if Chelsea score, or I hate to see it even win, do you think Poch will over-celebrate? Do you see him giving it the old... Start looking at that lion. What are we doing here, Poch? He might. Now, for me, Kevin Williams, my answer would be he might. There's a great song that came out when I was in high school, and there was a question asked in the song, and his response was, "Bitch, I might be." And I think that Pochettino might be that guy to go around licking that blue lion if he does get a dub. But look, he's not going to get the dub. I can assure you that. What I think it will be is an entertaining match. I think he's going to want to come at us and bring everything that they got to us. And I think that's going to play better in our hands because everyone says we can't score against a low block, which we do eventually score against a low block. I just want to say that. But
we've been winning we've been winning our games. What else do you want? You know? You only need one more than the other side.
Fair point. Stu MC says Poch was carried by the Ajax of 3, Toby, Yan, and Eriksson. Once they age, he went to shit. He has done nothing since average. You could ironically cheer for Poch. JC says, Jacob, theoretical question. Do you think he wins a League Cup and wins a trophy in England before Spurs? No. No, I don't think so, because I feel like the trajectory that we are on leads me to believe that we can get there before the trajectory I'm seeing for Chelsea, because I see you take 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Now, eventually that's going to – you can finish the race doing that, but it will take longer than if you take, say, 3-4 steps forward and 0 steps back. So far we've taken, I guess you could say, 2 steps back with those 2 draws, because out of 10 we've only drawn 2. So maybe that. I don't know. Big up Craig the Gecko Man.
And also, I mean, look, Chelsea might win the League Cup, but see, I don't buy this idea that, you know, the League Cup is that springboard that gives you impetus. Man United won it last year. You know, didn't mean diddly hoo-ha this year. They're in disarray. So, you know.
Yeah, it's a good point.
We've won it twice and didn't go on to better things, so... or twice in the last 2 cups. It didn't lead to anything.
Ten Hag's a fraud. Big up Ben Kaufman says, evening, everyone. Look, I'm going to call it how it is. And a lot of these managers are frauds. And I'm just going to say it how I see it. Whereas, like, I feel like Ange Postecoglou has opened my eyes to a different side of things that I ain't realized before. Whereas, like, you can come in and get these players to play a certain way if you act and do things a certain way. Now, whatever Ten Hag has done in the year and a half that he's been there is not enough to get these players to say, I'm going to do. And these are players that he bought. He went specifically out of his way and overpaid for Anthony. He went out of his way for some of these signings and he's not getting a tune out of them. Imagine. It's just I fear for United a little bit, but it's also funny. It's a little bit funny to me. But big up Ben Kaufman. Yeah, long may it continue. Joe Hong.
Trust the project. Isn't it funny though that we had those win now managers, and now we've got Ange, the so-called project manager, and we're looking more likely of winning something fairly soon than ever before, really.
Yeah, it's that's a good point. Big up Joe Hong says, big up Jacob and Chewy, big up everyone, big up. And yes, it is India. Great memory. I remember. I try to remember anyway. Big up Cream says, is this a U.S. Australia bromance channel? Because I hear greetings to Down Under folk. Should the rest of us move there? Cream, you are not from there, but those are at least those are the 3 time zones I can think of off of my head. And they're the 2 demographics of the channel. But also Paul is from Down Under, so I always say hello to Paul in theory because he was the first person I knew from Down Under. So isn't that quite cool? You get that title, Paul, the first person I knew from Australia. So isn't that
my cabinet alongside?
Yeah, put that. Yeah, hang that in the loo. But big up Cream. Good evening or good morning. I believe, if I remember where you're from, South Africa, if I'm not mistaken. There's some people from South Africa that tune into the channel, but I may be mistaken. I might be losing my mind here. Big up Rich in the house as well. LFC for the double says, it's because he was at Celtic last season, so they will scam him next year. I'm not sure what that means, but big up LFC for the double. YouTube chat member here in the house. Spurs Psych says, oh, it's my favorites, Jacob and Paul. Big up Spurs Psych in the house. JC says, Jacob, why is Poch considered a legend at Tottenham? He never won anything. I don't understand.
Well, like you say, he came, and we played some nice football. Didn't it was fun football, fun to watch, and I suppose we came close. I mean, whether we would have, we didn't deserve to beat Liverpool in the final. We bottled it at that time. Heads went down. So by that measure, I don't know, man. I think a better manager would have got the lads going a bit more. Okay, yeah, the rough start to the game, but shit, throw it right away, man. This is, who knows when this is going to come around again. So
yeah, that's why I say enjoy it, no matter what. If you think we're going to do something, you think we're not going to do something this year, that's besides the point. The overarching thing for me is, hey, as long as you're having fun. They don't give out participation trophies, but no one can ever measure like the effect that something has on you, emotionally, mentally, maybe potentially even physically. Like Ellie, she was stomped on once at the stadium because they were celebrating so hard and jumping around. Someone jumped off of her foot and broke her foot. So, you know what I'm saying? It could be physical, it could be mental, it could be emotional, but there's something going on for everybody.
And did Ellie go? Oh, no. She stayed there. She saw out the rest of the match, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going home. The adrenaline kicked in because she's an athlete. She used to play for Spurs.
Yes, she is royalty, technically. So if you ever see Ellie, you address her as Queen Ellie because she's royalty. Samanik Skamanika Monique, I don't know how to say your name, but they're saying Ange Postecoglou the GOAT. But what is this Asian Cup Sonny leaves for? Is it like Asian Euros? Yeah, it's during the same time as AFCON, so it'll essentially be those same dates. And you know what? Hey, what if the league ends up moving dates around to fit this international break because they say, who knows? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You never know how things may shake out. Bollocks Tim Pot Turney sounds like, I mean, it's a big one for them. I guess it's like saying the.
No. I'm going to say no because Australia won it in 2015 with Ange Postecoglou as our manager, beating South Korea in the final and scored for South Korea. But it wasn't enough. He cried that night, poor kid. But Postecoglou was the victor. So it's definitely not a tin pot. There's some good sides in Asia.
Yeah. I agree, and I think it means a lot to the players who play within that. That's like reducing like the Gold Cup for USA. Now that's something I use as pride when I speak to Mexico fans or when I speak to Canadian fans, I say, look, we got the Gold Cup. We did this and that as American. Like, you got to take pride in what you're doing. So I don't know if it's a Tim Pot club, in my opinion. I definitely wouldn't categorize it that way. But we got Dry Roast Peanut as well as in the houses. I will always respect Poch for what he did for this club. Only a lack of backing stopped us from the ultimate prizes. Now, Dry Roast Peanut, what I will say is this is the part of me that I'm not mad at you for. Now, if the reason he left, or excuse me, the reason he got sacked wasn't because of it was his fault either, in my opinion. I feel like circumstantially we put him in a hard place and he got frustrated with it, so then we sacked him. And look, past is the past. I forgive and forget. Personally, I enjoyed Jose Mourinho for whatever it's worth. I like Jose Mourinho. I like his, I guess his resume is pretty impressive, and I think he's a character in himself. He's a walking meme. So I like Jose Mourinho. I liked Antonio Conte, and I'm in love with Ange Postecoglou. So when I say, like, I just, whenever you've moved on to better things, I guess you don't resent or have this bitterness for someone in the past, so to speak. At least that's how I see it, and that's how I approach it. And it's much like a relationship, right? Like, we have a mental and emotional relationship to these people that work within the club, but at the end of the day, it's a paycheck for them. So to me, I don't hold anything against him. I always respect what he did for the club. And again, you are correct. The lack of backing is what ultimately led us to not being able to get to the Greenland or the Iceland. Whichever way you want to do that. Big up Drula. Says big up Jacob, Paul, and all in the chat. Big up Drula. LFC for the double says I would boo Poch. Personally, if I was there, I'd probably give him a hard time, especially if I was right behind his bench. I'd be like, boo Poch, that tracksuit's too small, Poch. You know, I would definitely be talking my shit. But then if they did score, you know, he'd turn around and do the old, and I'd get really upset. But hey, you know, to each their own. There's no right or wrong way to go about it, in my opinion. Let's see what the vote's saying. The poll, anyway, says, what do you think of the appropriate way to welcome back Poch is? 66 votes, 45 likes. So hit those likes up. Why not? Because, I mean, come on, let's get this ratio a little snug, a little bit tighter. The weather has dropped here in El Paso, so it's cold again. Got cold, very cold overnight. So isn't that quite... I like the cold personally, so... but 68 votes right now, 37% says be kind to him for the memories. And you know what? At the end of the day, I don't wish anything bad to him other than you don't have success at your club and they end up, you know, letting you go. You relegate him. Relegate him, Poch. I'll love you forever. How about that? Relegate Chelsea. They might actually, did you hear? There's a rumor. It was Mirror. The Mirror. I don't know if the Mirror is a good or reputable source over there. The Mirror. The Mirror. The Mirror. The Mirror. Mirror. The Mirror.
They're all much of a muchness. What was the rumor, man?
That Chelsea back in the day did some kind of I saw it in some WhatsApp group chat. They said that there was some under the table payments to Eto'o and Willian to get them released. There was some discrete payments, and they might get deducted some points. So this could be an interesting turn. But it is from the Mirror, so I don't know if that's a reputable source or not.
Every club's done that since football was invented. I think it's the reason why Tottenham became professional is we gave a player some football boots. I might be wrong on that, but I think that's because we were amateur. And so someone dobbed us in and counted as payments, and then we became professional.
We are professional on this channel as well. Ben Kaufman says Ange Postecoglou is the human equivalent of Bear in the Big Blue House, and I used to watch that when I was a kid, and I agree. But it also reminds me of Bananas in Pajamas. Aren't those fun?
That's Australian, man.
Really?
Didn't you know that was
Bananas
Australian?
in pajamas are going down the stairs. Yeah, that's an Australian. I had no idea they played that here in America.
I remember that, man, when they were little.
Oh, that's really cool. Bananas in pajamas.
You know the Wiggles are Australian too. Did you know that?
I did not. But I didn't watch the Wiggles, admittedly. That was beyond my time. I was too old by then.
Yeah.
Steve D, big up Steve D, says it's always a hostile atmosphere between Chelsea and Spurs anyway. Singing Ange songs will be all Poch needs to hear to see how we feel. So that's a good point. Hey, Steve D's always
Yeah.
coming in here
I
with
lo-
some nice
we
pH
love this
balance. You know
guy.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, we love this guy now. Big at you.
I love Ange. I love Ange. AKA fuck you, Poch. I love Ange. I love Ange. You know, maybe that's what we're trying to do. I don't know. But hopefully we have a special song. I would like to see what kind of tifo we're coming out with. Hopefully it's I saw
Fuck you, Fox.
yeah. Fuck off to Cobham or something. I don't know. Big up Jamie Gitt says, big up, we'll be giving Poch a wedgie. Let's give him a swirly and a wedgie. 90s bully style. I don't promote bullying, so I need a disclaimer. This channel does not promote bullying, but let's give him the old wedgie and swirly for good time's sake. There's the link. Ravi plugged it for Hotspur Hippie. It is in the chat. Go subscribe to the Hotspur Hippie. Ange is the bee's bollocks, and no mistake. They say the bee's knees, but I'm saying he's the entire bee. And buzz, 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 long may he make me honey. JC says, Mourinho was heckled by a portion of Chelsea fans throughout the game when he returned for the first time with United. He did some antics, and some fans even chanted him as Judas. Do you think it could go that far, that we could call him Judas? There are some people that are adamantly very, very still upset at Pochettino for going to Chelsea. Do you think it could get that toxic? I personally don't. I don't think that many people at the stadium are going to hold a grudge, but do you think he could get labeled as a Judas?
Well, maybe might, you know, and I don't know if I'd do it myself, but I don't really have a problem with people doing that. You know, football's rock and roll. Whatever you feel, you express. Oh, is that? Is that rock and roll, Jacob?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Killing it. Absolutely killing it. Steady as Shark says, question, who's Chelsea's fastest attacker and can Van de Ven outrun them? It doesn't matter who you think it is. Van de Ven can outrun them.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
You know, I found a really fun tweet that I want to pull it up. Hopefully I find it very soon. Oh yes, here it is. So in July of 11th, let me share this with everybody so they can see. Anfield Edition, which is a big Liverpool like fucking account or whatever, 367,000. They said Mickey Van de Ven will not move to Liverpool this summer. Klopp and Schmadtke had a consultation about the transfer and believe a move to Anfield would come too soon for the Wolfsburg defender.
Klopp, Clippity Klopp, got it. He's lost it, man. He doesn't know what he's doing. Now, would you say Klopp is in your pantheon of managerial frauds? I'm not quite sure I'd go that far with him, but I would say
no,
he's very.
I don't think he's fraudulent. And here's why I don't think he's fraudulent, because he took a group of men and he accomplished something that a lot of people didn't believe that they could. And then they challenged for a quadruple and they fumbled a little bit. I don't think he's fraudulent at it. I have a lot of respect for Klopp. The only thing I say he's fraudulent at is his press conferences. But look, he's a different nationality, comes from a different background to me. Do I agree? No. But if he was my manager, I'd be slightly embarrassed, because I know how a manager can conduct himself, and that's like Postecoglou. But a manager like Klopp, in the footballing realm, I put him as one of the greats. I put him as he's like top 2 in the league right now, I would say. And that's only behind Pep Guardiola, who's, I like to call him Pep Fardiola just because I think it's funny, but I have a lot of respect for him as well. But make no mistakes about it, our manager learned under that guy that we all give props to. So that, to me, that gives me hope that at least they share some similarities as far as greatness goes. But we'll see. Time will tell in that regard. But for to answer your question, Steady as Shark, Van de Ven will absolutely outrun them. But no, I don't think Klopp is a fraud. Arteta's a fraud, yes. Ten Hag's a fraud, yes. Do I think Pochettino's a fraud? Yes, I think Pochettino's a fraud as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it now. Fraudulent, Frauditino, Fraudizio, Frauditino. Anyway, no, respect for him for what he did for the club, but at this juncture, I'm calling him a fraud. Look, he was at PSG, should have won the Champions League. He had 3 of the greatest players to ever touch God's green earth, so no excuses. Big up over 86 of y'all in the house. keep hitting up those likes if you don't mind. It is voluntary. You don't have to do it, but I would humbly ask that you do. There's about 24 of y'all who voted who didn't like, and that's okay. You can live the lifestyle you so choose. Look, I don't get mad at Pochettino for going to Chelsea because he's got to put bread on the table, and I respect it. As a man, a breadwinner of the family, you got to do that, right? But what I would say is it's a question. It's a questionable choice. It's questionable to me, just like not liking the video. To me, that's a questionable decision. It's free. It helps the channel grow immensely, so why not hit a like? We've been getting over 150 to 200 likes per video, so it'd be very nice to see if we can get in and around those marks again. But hey, let's not go on too much about that. But look, Steady as Shark, this was the roundabout way of answering your question that everyone was sleeping on Mickey Van de Big Ding. But here's the thing. He's proven everybody wrong. And Klopp, a lot of people, even Liverpool fans, question Klopp's talent ID. And this is why there needs to be a separation of power, so to speak, I think, between manager and like we have Johan Lang, Scott Munn, and Fabio Paratici. So we've got people that Ange can influence their opinions and help direct them in a direction of this profile, but it's their job to go and say yes, yay, or nay. And it's just funny. Klopp got another one wrong with Mickey Van de Veen, so that's quite fun. Levy is ultimately to blame.
Whereas Postecoglou just bought him, and the second he got off the plane, he was playing. You know, so yeah, you're ready, kid.
This guy slept 3 days in London and then started a Premier League match. He slept 3 days in London and then he started in his first Premier League match and looked like he had been there for a year.
Forever. Yeah.
He looked like he had never, and since he has never once looked like you could say about Vicario that week one away at Brentford that he did look a little bit nervous, which is understandable for any young man in that situation. But throughout the game, he got comfortable. And since then, he's not looked nervous at all.
Nice.
But Van de Veen never once has looked nervous. And this is a guy at the age of 16. They were saying, you're not good enough. You should go do something else. And yeah, they tried to kick him off the club, and then there was some scout that was like, "No, I think there's an athlete there." Put him on his first team, and then he blew up. And then a year later, he was the captain. Then a year after that, he went to Wolfsburg, and then a year after that, now he's at Spurs. That's how funny life. That's how quick life can come at you. I love it. Mickey Van de Veen, long may continue to reign. Steve D says Levy is ultimately to blame for Poch not coming back, and that's worked out quite nicely.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's nice and dandy, I think.
Yeah, very nice and dandy. Bald don't mean tactical genius, it seems, in regards to Ten Hag.
Au contraire, I think it absolutely does mean you're
not bald. I still see some cabbage up there. There's still some lettuce.
Oh, I know it's receding a little bit. You probably can't. The camera can't pick it up.
I can't really tell. No, not at all. Jacob, what's your father-in-law's take on Ange? He loves it. He's very happy to see that there's a Greek manager in the Premier League that's doing well. He still thinks that he has the public perception of Tottenham, which is LOL, they'll never win anything. And also, I think it's my fault because I'm a Cowboys fan, and they know that Cowboys never win anything since 1995. But so he's like, oh, everyone that you root for never wins anything, so I don't trust your like sporting fandom. Whoever you're a fan of, And so, hey, whenever we bring that trophy and I show up wrapped in this Greek towel right here, I'm going to say Ange Postecoglou's the father of us all. You know, he might change his tune. Big up Cursor. Like secured. Big up Jacob. Big up Cursor. How are you doing? Hey, Curse, let me know. I know you don't do like on-camera appearances, but it'd be nice to chat with you before this Chelsea match, see where you're feeling, see how you thinking. Skamaniki says Levy is the only bald legend. That's a bold statement there. Teabag says, where did you get your top from? Also, what's your favorite kid of all time? Paul, maybe that's directed at you. I don't know.
This T-shirt's a knockoff. And my favourite kit is the 1981 season with the Le Coq Sportif and the little emblem in the middle. It's nice and simple and classy. I think it's before sponsors were on it as well, so that was nice and clean.
Very nice. I got this at a football apparel shop that was attached to the stadium at FC Dallas. That's when I got it. Well, technically Michael bought it for me. So trivia there for him.
I've got an away kit on its way over from England. Might be even at my house today.
Oh, very nice. I need to get my hands on some of them shirts. I really want the away kit and the third kit. I like that cappuccino kit. Don't no one say nothing to me. JC says, by the way, Jacob, I sent you a DM on socials regarding content creator. I haven't seen anything. Was it on Instagram? If it's on Instagram, I probably ain't seen it. I don't check the Instagram that often. I'm not gonna lie, but I'll check it. I'll check it after the show. Chelsea Blue and Blue says, smash the likes. Big up Chelsea Blue and Blue hitting the likes. Ellie is tougher than us all. Ellie is tougher than Sunny. Says J. Co. Wow, that's a bold statement as well. JC says, maybe us Chelsea fans were so spoiled by Abramovich that it's either trophies or out. Good to see legend appreciation given to Poch for good work. Look, we cannot disregard what he accomplished here, which was take us again to the fence. I mean, he took us to the edge of glory. Shout out Lady Gaga. I don't know who did that song. I'm on the edge of glory. I don't know who did that, but shout him out real quick for that. And that's what Poch did. He took us to the edge of glory, but unfortunately we did not get over the line. And look, we could have carried on and pushed on and backed him at that point and really challenged again the next year, but we didn't. And the past is the past, so it is what it is. But hey, good luck to y'all at Chelsea. Hopefully y'all don't want him out too soon. A lot of people are already very upset with him. Y'all win one, or y'all won two, then lost one. Your form is as up and down as you know, I'm not going to make that joke. I'm going to move on. Ash says Ellie was a footballer. So...
You mean, that's what you were going to say, wasn't it?
Yeah, like that. Yeah, exactly. Spurs are winning the league. Don't at me, says Teabag. Love it. Love that energy. Definitely doesn't deserve the worst, but we shouldn't roll out the red carpet for a rival leader. Another balanced take here from Donovan on how we should welcome Pochettino back to the lane. The mirror isn't reliable, says Cursor. The mirror isn't reliable. Would you agree with that, Paul?
Well, it's like tabloid rag, you know. I mean, for me to say what papers in England are reliable these days, because I haven't been there for so long, but
that's fair.
Yeah.
Howie in the house. Big up Howie. Says, big up Jacob and Paul. Poch is fine. He did his best for us. Desperately wanted the job, but Levy didn't want him. It turned out great for us. No hard feelings. Hey, big up Howie. Like that. Future Music says, don't boo him. That would be immature. Just wipe some dog poo on the away bench. Hey, if I could, I would. Let him smear that all over his
He suckered me in there. I thought, oh, right, okay, here we go. The bloody moral high ground of the internet.
Because there's some people who are like, no, you better not be mean to Pochettino, and I'm just like, maybe we should.
Just sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, don't worry about it. It's all right.
Jazz Fusion says, beat Chelsea. That is all. Maybe we can. Maybe we will. I think we will. I feel like we should. Tracy MUFC says, Bananas in Pajamas started on Play School. All right. I don't know what Play School is, but I do know what Banana and Pajamas are. Jacob Paul, what's your best to worst burger, hot dog, pizza? I'm going pizza, burger, hot dog. What about you?
Burger, hot dog, pizza, just as it's written.
Oh, pizza last.
Yeah. Well, it's not. They're all good.
But pizza last?
Yeah, but...
Pepperoni pizza, there ain't nothing. I mean, I know even in this house we do turkey pepperoni, so it's not actually pork. Just as good. I eat that every single day of the week.
Turkey pepperoni, did you say?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I do that because my wife doesn't eat pork, so.
Oh, well, yeah, neither do I. So
I figured you didn't. Yeah, because you're believe. Yeah. Hey, I'm all for whatever as long as it tastes like motherfucking pepperoni pizza. At the end of the day, I don't care what it is. And as long as it's like not, it's technically it's better for your heart than pork. So make that for what it is. Jayco says, if I compare Ange to a TV character, Ange is MacGyver. Ooh. I didn't watch MacGyver, but I know he was famous for putting together tools and stuff with very limited supplies. So maybe that's what they're saying there. Big up, Jayco. Future Music says, under it all, Pochettino still wears white. Come on, you Spurs. Hey, you might be right. Agent Poch coming to town. He's going to say, hey, let me help you get this 3 points. That'd be fun. How are we talking about the Wiggles there? Big up Mile High Hotspurs in the house. How are you doing? T-Back got a question for you. I'll say you're better equipped to answer it than me. Would Ange go to Barca or Real Madrid or City? Which out of the three do you think he'd go to?
I could possibly see Barcelona or Real Madrid. I don't know. It depends. Like, I suppose it depends how far he takes Tottenham. Because when you're talking about Barcelona and Real Madrid, they're kind of already at the tippity top, aren't they? Whereas I think, be under no mistake, that's what Ange wants to get Tottenham to. He wants to be the best, the biggest, win everything. It's a tough question, or it might be, when he hits like 65, you might think, oh, bugger it. It'd be nice to manage Barcelona or Real Madrid or something. City, I'm not sure about City. I think I'm just trying to think. Although when he was in Australia, when he won the league with Brisbane Roar, he did move to Melbourne City. So same league, lower team, different challenge. And I'll be saying that Man City will be a lower team when Ange has finished with us. I don't know, man. All I know is that while Ange is here, we're gonna have some good times, and so we've got to enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah,
and whatever happens.
And that's a good point that you make too, because I've been very fearful. Like, what if Madrid? I have this PTSD about Madrid coming in and taking our great players. So I just have this weird feeling that Madrid's going to come in and be like, "Hey, you know what? Give me Romero and give me Udogie, and thank you very much." And then we're going to be looking left and right, like, "Well, why'd you do that for?" That's my fear, I guess. I just have an overarching fear that that's going to happen. But big up Leo with Mile High Hotspur. How you doing? He doesn't say big up to anybody except big up Hotspur Hippie. He doesn't say big up Jacob or nothing.
He's a man of taste, exquisite taste. He's very selective.
He don't like his.
When you get one from Leo, that okay, I'm done. I'm cooked.
He's cooked. He's well done. Take him off the grill. Van de Veen is faster than lightning. And Jammy big up Jammy, says Van de Veen's faster than a cheetah when he's still not even trying his best. Just remember all those times Ben Davies, dumbass, was turning left, right, and who's around and who cleaned up for him? Mickey. Mickey, can't you see? Sometimes your runs just hypnotize me. What about that? You like that one or no?
Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey.
That's the easy choice. That's the low-hanging fruit.
Oh, well, fuck me. I'm so sorry, Mr. fucking
That was Notorious B.I.G., regarded as one of the GOATs of hip-hop. Well, anyway, that's neither here nor there. Craig the Gecko Man says Spurs have had too many fake dads in their Maseratis for getting pickup time. Now you got a guy who's kicking the ball with you at the park. I understand this reference because I too, came from a broken home as a child and was like, I mean, it was never like, who's my dad? But it was like, fake dads in their Maseratis for getting to pick you up. You know what I mean? But now we got a guy who not only picked you up, but said, hey, before we go home, let's hit the park, get some ice cream, and then we'll hit home. And it's like, we ain't even had dinner. I love this guy. I eat it. I eat ice cream before dinner. I don't give a fuck. But hey, we're here on an hour of the show. We just hit an hour. So if that's not enough to get you to hit a like, if you're watching on playback, I don't know what will. Maybe at 2 hours, I don't know. Maybe who knows what it takes for you to feel like you got adequate amount of this show. But hey, please do hit that like. It helps the channel. It's free, costs nothing. There's 86 votes in the poll, and right now with 40% it says be kind to him for the memories, but it's a pretty tight race right now if I'm not mistaken. 24% is the second option in the lead right now. It says doesn't matter, he's Agent Poch now. And then 19% says I'm not bitter or mad, but he's got to hold that L. And ultimately I think that's where I lie. I'm not bitter, I'm not mad, but at the end of the day, hold that. Hold it. You're going to hold it long, hold it hard. That's I pause. But that's just me. Shout out Greco Man. Gecko Man, not Greco Man. Klopp and Schmadke, is this Premier League or Hogan's Heroes? Looking forward to Udogie Sterling matchup. I reckon Romero can handle Palmer. That's a good shout. Look, I mean, we will be previewing Chelsea. We got an entire week. Like I said, we got all week to look forward to Chelsea, so we can take our time. But this is a good shout. Romero can handle whoever the fuck they want to throw out there, but I think it would be Van de Ven who would be handling Palmer, because Palmer plays on the right, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Jazz Fusion says, I like the look of Cole Palmer, youngster that they got from Manchester City in the summer. He looks pretty damn good. He looked good at City, and he's looking like the best attacker on Chelsea's squad right now.
He's not doing much, is he?
No, he's not. Big up Ren, good morning, says, just happy to be here, guys. Hey, we're happy that you're here as well. Poor Udogi keeps getting stuck against quality wingers. Why are all the good wingers on the right? Look, I have a tweet kind of in regards to this, so let me go ahead and pull it up, because you know what, it is somewhat relevant because of what you just said. So here we go. Let me go ahead and share this. Oh, there we go. You like that, Paul? You see that? Bang, bang, bang. Cutting between cameras. It's like fucking action news out here. United Spurs of America. Look, so Fantasy Premier League, and this is not fantasy, this is reality, says, is there anything more inevitable than Mohamed Salah and FPL return? And they say the short answer is no. So I'm just going to let you look at this. Big up Ash for the comment, leading to this being the next thing I brought up. But just look at what I'm going to show you, Paul, if you can see this. So this is his fantasy points versus every opponent.
Get out. No way. That's awesome. That says it all, doesn't it? Look at it. What are the numbers? I'm assuming they're doing good things. What are they?
So versus the first three teams, he had 5 points each, then 8, then 10 for this is in fantasy. So fantasy is based on like his goals and assists, passing completions, etc. Like, but it's very important on goals and assists as an attacker. Like, you have to be, so as you can see, 8, 10, 10, 15, 16, 8. Like, those are some big numbers. That means he scored a goal or a brace or had a bunch of assists. And there's only one match where he had 1 point. And you start out with 1 point, if I'm not mistaken. And that match was against Destiny Udogi.
Oh, right. I couldn't quite see. That was against Tottenham Hotspur, was it, that one?
The one that looks like there's a piece of the cylinder missing? Yeah. Brilliant. That one, yeah.
I just I don't know. I think old Destiny's getting a bit of a rough trot with, not that I, like you, referees, good or bad or whatever, but it just feels like Destiny's getting a bit of a rough trot with refs. Like, players can climb all over him and get nothing, and then Destiny does, like, a foul and he gets a yellow card for it. But he's been all over the wingers this year. Has anyone had him in anyone done him that much? I don't think so.
No, not that I can think of. I mean, that's the best right winger in the league, Mohamed Salah, and he put out a versus Spurs. Yeah. People would say that score would look different if that offside goal stood, but hey, if butts, and it's funny because no matter what side of the fence you're on in regards of like, oh, Spurs can do this or they can't do it, it's always funny because both sides use ifs and buts and woulds and coulds. Like, if someone gets injured, then this is going to change. But if you say, if we had scored here, we would have, but ifs and buts with your argument, that's all it is, ifs and buts. But then when they make the same argument, it's like, well, if Madison gets injured, then we'll be X, Y, and Z. If Son gets injured, we're going to be X, Y, and Z. And it's just like, I don't know. I want to start asking people, send me the link for the crystal ball on Amazon that y'all bought from, because whatever it is, I need to win the lotto. So send me that crystal ball.
What if Son gets a hat-trick every game? What if Kulusevski starts scoring? Why does it always have to be such a downer?
Yeah.
But you're right, ifs and buts. It's the game, the result's the result. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, eventually, Paul, there's going to come a time and point where rivals or even Spurs fans are going to run out of excuses and reasons why we're able to pick up points. Look, I've argued the point that I think we are not even at our best right now. And some people are like, what are you waffling about? You're at your best. This is your top guy. I said, we're still trying to figure it out. And people are saying we're at our best. I mean, good. I hope they feel that way. So the next time they see us later on in the season, when hopefully we are at our best or looking like we are on that road, because I think Pochettino, I think Postecoglou's best, we're not going to see that until after 3 more windows. We said this, Paul, when the season started, that we want 4 windows with Ange Postecoglou's influence and his players coming in and his system being fucking echoed in those halls of that. And after 3 more windows is what I said, until I'm saying now we should be at our best. Right now is just we're not even at our best, and we're just better than everyone that we faced. And look, 8 out of the, I mean, if you look at every single opponent we have, I think at this juncture, they've all drifted so far down the table that I think the number right now is 8. Our 8 wins are against 11 people in the bottom 11. Because Brentford is a draw, so that's not a win. But Crystal Palace, Fulham, Bournemouth, Luton, Burnley, Sheffield. Where's United? Oh, Man United's 8. So it's not all of the wins are in the bottom half of the table. But at the end of the day, like, yeah, we don't control who we face. But I'm just looking at it like, nice. We're doing pretty damn good for the first fucking 2 months of our tenure with Ange Postecoglou.
You know, it's not often, you know, the sorts of games we've been winning. Like Man City cock up games like that. Not, you know, now and then they'll get 1 or 2 freaky results a year or whatever. And I don't know. I think maybe some of those teams are doing so bad is because when Tottenham beat them, we fuck them so hard they can't play football for a month.
That might be right. But what I've also said is that if you look at every fan base that we've gone up against, at least in the Big Six, to my knowledge, we leave a little trail of either tears or I don't know what it is, but we shaking up the coconut tree and then we're leaving fans with, oh, it's this, oh, it's that, oh, this is how you made me feel about that. And for me, man, like I just don't subscribe to we've been lucky thus far. I subscribe to the notion that we have been.
You know, when people say lucky, I think you're watching a different football game to me, because I think we've been well worth all our points, all our results, and I think we're playing the best football.
I think technically, we should have no draws. We should have won against Brentford. We should have won against Arsenal. We should have won more handily versus. Oh yeah, should have. Yeah, we should have. There it is. Ifs, buts, should haves, and could haves and would haves. But I just see it like if we had been at our best, we would have 10 out of 10 wins, in my opinion. And we haven't been at our best, and we've still gotten 8 out of 10 wins, which is still pretty damn good return.
The guy's only been in the job 4 months, you know, so there's no way, you know, people are talking about, you know, this is the year that Arteta should be thinking, what is this, his 4th year? We've had Ange Postecoglou for months. Imagine what he's going to be like in 4 years. It's going to be incredible.
It's a great point. I can't wait until we're sitting. That's what I'm saying. 4 windows, which is 2 years, half of his contract. When at the halfway juncture of his contract is when I'm saying this is when I expect us to do X, Y, and Z and see the best out of, because it's your guys, it's your philosophy, it's your football, and now we've given you 3-4 windows to have the squad in line to do that. Because right now he's putting things together. He didn't sign Kulusevski. He didn't sign Son. He didn't sign Perisic. He didn't sign Udogie technically. He didn't sign Romero. He didn't sign Porro. He didn't sign Royale. The list goes on and on. Papa Matisar, Bentancur, Kulusevski. I already said Kulusevski. But my point, Eric Dyer included as well, lest we forget. None of those are his buys, but a lot of those names I mentioned are in the starting 11. And so once we see his guys, his philosophy, that's when I'm going to have expectations on what he should and can be doing for us. So again, I'm not saying this year is a free hit, but I'm saying we're playing with house money right now. How can we not feel good? I came into the casino, hit big, and now I'm just playing with that money I won with. And I'm just, fuck it, here's 10 there, here's 10 on this slot machine. I'll play blackjack for 10 minutes. I don't give a damn. I'm having a good time. Buy me a drink. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Yeah, big up Cursor. He's down for that. He's down to join us. Hi, Jacob and Paul, watching from bed. Come on, you Spurs. Hey, hopefully you're relaxed and feeling good. Callum Roche's question: have you covered Emerson talking about Cuti trolling him yet? I do have that saved as well, Callum Roche. Big up, Callum Roche. You sent me on Facebook. Okay, I'll have to check Facebook. I definitely, if you thought I checked Instagram, not at all. I check Facebook even less.
You know, this is a 90s child. Facebook is for old farts like me.
I technically haven't even announced on Facebook that my wife's pregnant with our second child either. So, big up David Shear with his membership chat. Says, "Come on, you Spurs, member for a month." Big up David Shear. How you doing? Hope you're keeping well, my friend. Big up. Good to see you in the house yet again. Hope you've had a great week. Look, I do have this, Callum Roche. Let me go ahead and cover it. You brought it up, so let's cover it. I got it here somewhere. I also got Gary Neville sound like a dumbass. If you care about that.
Striker.
You ain't got a striker. Emerson Royale on whether Christian Romero teased him and Richarlison after winning the World Cup. Emerson says he laughs, and then he says every day he has a tattoo on his calf from the World Cup and Copa America Cup, which I played in the final. He played in the final of the Copa America Cup. And he said, so every day Cuti passes by and says, asking to apply cream on his tattoo. So every day Cuti goes by Richarlison and he goes by Royale, says, hey, you want to rub some cream on this tattoo? That's fucking, I love it. Romero's a G for that. There's a few more things that Emerson Royale did talk about, so let me go ahead and cover it. As you can see, Christian Romero, real quick, let me not keep scrolling. 141 completed passes versus Crystal Palace sets a new club record for passes completed in a Premier League game. So there you go, Christian Romero, the GOAT.
Hang on, right. This is. I've talked about this on my channel, Hotspur Hippie, because I thought, that's an amazing achievement. But then I remember the match, and I think 50 of those passes were back and forward to Vicario.
Wait, say that again?
Oh, hang on. You're talking about Romero, aren't you? His record number of passes?
Yeah, Romero.
Well, half of them were Romero, Vicario.
That was only like 9 of them.
Oh, okay.
That was like 9 to 12, maybe.
Romero Van de Ven.
No, they pulled up. There was somewhere I saw it was his passing map. I have it somewhere.
Okay, that's what I'm alluding to.
But there were quite a bit that did go back to the goalkeeper. Yes, I believe we all do remember when we were dominating that match. Or excuse me, not dominating, but we were controlling that match. We were doing our damn thing.
Isn't it funny though? Because I heard, was it? I think it was Jamie O'Hara or someone on Talk Sport. Someone on Talk Sport talking about, Crystal Palace. They offered nothing. They didn't play well, but a lot of teams we play seem to offer not a lot. And I think that's just the way we're playing. We're just stopping playing. We're making them rubbish.
And what else I would say, I agree with that. And what else I would just add to that, Paul, is like the own goals. People keep saying, oh, you got lucky Joel Matip hit an own goal. Oh, you got lucky Mr. Ward hit an own goal. Oh, you got lucky Martinez or whoever it was for United that got the own goal. At some point, it seems kind of deliberate that we're putting that kind of pressure on the defenders and they're all conceding goals in their own net. That seems not by luck anymore. You could have said it the first 3 times, but eventually it's like, damn, this dude knows which machines are hot right now. To me, it's not that. It's just we are applying pressure when we're finding out where the cracks are, and that's where the water's leaking out of. And people are saying, "Oh, it's this, that. Oh, he had an own goal." Shout out Joel Matip. Big up Joel Matip. Daniel Field, how you doing? 'Twas the Gaga, said Zapur. It was Gaga. There we go. I'm right. It was Gaga. There we go. My wife loves Gaga, so I'm glad I hit the nail on the head. We lose to low blocks and beat the teams who come to play, says JC. That's from a Chelsea standpoint, saying if we come to play, that they beat those teams and that they don't do well versus the teams who sit in the low block.
Let's play ball. Let's play ball,
Let's
mate.
Play ball. Exactly.
Come on, look. Let's go.
In combat sports, what that reminds me of, Paul, is like two dudes who don't want to go the entirety of the 3 rounds or the 12 rounds in boxing. They want to go out there and knock them out in the first 2 minutes, and so it's just two dudes out there slugging it out, and only one can be left standing. It'll be fun to see, JC. I hope y'all do come out to play. Steve D, his favorite team is the Dolphins. Yeah, a bit of a pattern for you as well. Well, Cello guy is back, says Drunk Vigo. This is a Liverpool fan. How are you doing, Drunk Vigo? Good to see you here. Cream says, as a coach myself, coaches respect, I didn't have much success. Average coaches are at big clubs, and real quality coaches are doing the real coaching just so big clubs grab them. Don't look now, Pep, is what Cream says. Sounds like a little foreshadowing of City potentially coming to grab Ange Postecoglou, maybe? Is that what they're trying to say? I might not know. Drunk Vigo.
The other thing about Man City is they're under threat of a big old penalty from the Premier League. So who's to say they're going to be in the Premier League at the or challenging at the end of the season?
Howie said burger, hot dog, pizza. Wasn't that Trump's IQ test? That's a strange time in history. Here, I have a quote from Emerson Royale. Damn it, I thought I had a freaking map of Cuti Romero's passing. I thought I had it somewhere, but it must have been unbookmarked. And I don't know how that happens because I don't unbookmark shit. But I don't see it here. But there is something I did have on Cuti Romero that I don't think we shared quite yet. So let me go ahead and share it now. Before I tell you about Emerson Royale's next quote, Victor Osimhen, who a lot of people have said is like the greatest striker since whatever the hell. He says, quote, Christian Romero was really the most difficult defender I've ever faced. The first time we met, I was impressed by his speed. I experienced very, very intense duels against him. I was shocked. And this is from a striker from the Italian league that a lot of people want on their squad, myself included. I would love Victor Osimhen at Spurs. I think he would absolutely cook. But he's out here giving plaudits to Christian Romero, so I think it's time everyone does.
Well,
everyone's made up their... What's that?
I wouldn't want to play against Romero. There's no bloody way.
Oh, hell no. No one wants to play against Romero.
Hugo found that out in the World Cup. Elbow in the guts, first 5 minutes. Just hello, here you go, my captain. Bang.
Bang. There I am. Here I am. Bana, rock you like.
I mean, this. I think he's shaking this thing of being a, aggressive loose cannon. When you see what loose cannons are like the Crystal Palace players, a lot of their tackle loosey goosey, bit of studs up, ill-disciplined, whereas I think, Romero leaves his mark, but it's not over the line, for me. Well, mainly because he wears a Spurs shirt, I suppose, but he's not reckless. He doesn't look like a career-ending motherfucker,
Yeah.
Or an tendon fucker or something like that. It's just like a dead leg, harmless.
That's a good point. I like that. Mick Dundee says if Ange left for another club, he would go to Liverpool as that was his childhood club, or to Brazil as he was in awe of Brazil. Well, there you go. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do, but all I know is what he's going to do with us. I'm looking forward to.
Right, and I know this because I had a journalist in my car called Vince Rigari, who's the weirdest coincidence where he's writing a book about Ange Postecoglou. He's a journalist for the Sydney Morning Herald, and just got back from London. I picked him up from the airport, and he was saying he just sat with Ange for an hour. And I didn't ask too many probing questions, but I said, how is he? And he said, look, Ange is really happy at Spurs. There you go. That's
an exclusive, y'all, and y'all didn't even know it. You just got hit with a fucking exclusive here on United Spurs America. There you go. Love to see that. If Ange wins the EPL with Tottenham, the only next big fix is challenge for him. The next big challenge is England, says Craig the Gecko Man. Nah, that's boring. No one wants that. I don't want to see him do that. Cello guy is not about the low-hanging fruit. No, I'm not. Ren, thank you. Someone got the Biggie Smalls reference. I'm glad. Thank you for that. Here we go. One Touch TV says, "Oi, Jacob, big up my guy, Kunle in the house. Did you really entertain a comment asking where Ange goes next, Barca or Real Madrid or City?" Yeah, look, I allow the commenters to comment, and then I address those comments. Like, that's what I do.
That's how it works, this whole YouTube thing,
Yeah,
it?
it makes people feel like they're included in the show, and I like that because I want people to feel like they're a part of it. So yes, I did entertain a comment asking where Ange was going to. It says, "All I will say, Jacob, enjoy the ride. I ain't mad at you. Will you win the FA Cup?" I know Paul's answer.
Oh, we could do.
Yeah, why not?
See how we go. If it comes to January and we're still top of the league. So let me give you a hypothetical. I hate hypotheticals, but I'm going to give you one anyway. Say we're leading the Premier League by 6 points in January. Would you really want to, wear our team out in the FA Cup or not? I mean, I don't know the answer to that. I'd probably like to see us win both and do the double again.
Well, I think that...
I have quite a few commenters. It must be because of my youthful, boyish demeanour, but a lot of my people that look at my channel, they were around in the double years, in the 60s. And they're getting excited about what they're seeing at the moment. And, if they're excited, then I've got no bloody excuse, man. I really don't, because they've seen the high of the highs. They've seen the lows of the lows when we were relegated in the 70s. And right now, some of them are getting excited. So, I'm taking their lead.
That's what I'm saying. I'm enjoying the ride, and there's people who've been here but longer than me waiting for this ride to begin, and we're all on it together. No matter what you think our end goal can be, I don't give a shit. If you're a Spurs fan, you're on the ride regardless of how you feel. You know what I mean? Because even if you're saying right now we won't win the league, if we do win the league, they're going to be celebrating too. Rightfully, they should. Cool. So, enjoy that shit. I'm just choosing to enjoy it right now. Now, am I saying...
So how far are you into the pool? Because I think you're up to your knees last time, the pool of delusion.
Yeah, it was my calves. My calves are in. I would say beat Chelsea. I'm going full-blown kneecaps underwater.
Wow.
Full-blown.
That's a big step, man.
That's a big step. It's a very big step. Big up Steve D says, "Can you imagine 60,000 fans singing 'Keep Your Pochettino' line? I'm loving Big Ange instead." That might be the way to, instead of booing him, let's just love on our other guy instead. Maybe that's the way we do it.
I mean, that's going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You can keep your Pochettino. I'm just going to scream at him like, "Keep your fucking Pochettino!"
And he'll be here with his Chelsea shirt, his Chelsea badge.
Fucking guy. Big up Bogosian. Bogosian said, "Had to run back to the hotel in Western London when I saw the United Spurs of America notification." What a lad. What a supporter. Going above and beyond. Showing some love. Making sure he's got notifications on, Paul. That's a big deal now. I appreciate that. Do not take it lightly, Bogosian. JC says Cole Palmer is what Havertz was supposed to be. Basically Havertz with execution, gun, and balls. Havertz did win a Champions League, but I hope he's like Havertz. I'll put it that way. I hope he is like Havertz. Yeah. One Touch TV says 9 men, bro. Come on, you won, but have some class, Jacob. You're better than that. Enjoy your win and your time at the top.
Liverpool fan, well, why did you have 9 men, man? Because you lost your cool. You lost your rag.
Kunle's an Arsenal fan.
Oh, okay. Well, what's the 9 men, bro? Come on, I don't get
because that was against. Because I think they sent this comment when I was talking about the own goal things, the fact that we're applying pressure and we're seeing where those cracks are, and because they were down to 9 men, I guess I should have some class. Look, for what I would say is the same thing I say. I keep my energy the same, Kunle, which is play better, and you won't have 9 men on the pitch. Play smarter, play cleaner, and you don't have 9 men on the pitch. That's your own damn fault, so boo-hoo. And thank you, Joel Matip. You want to see some class? 11 men starting the game and 11 men finishing the game. That's what I would say is some class.
That's the goal, isn't it?
Diogo Jota has no class. I would say that. Who else?
Yeah.
Who else did?
Curtis Jones.
Curtis Jones, yeah, he has no class either. So maybe they should take their ass back to class and get some, so that way they can stay on the pitch for the entirety of the match.
We go down to 10 minutes against Luton and still win. Oh yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, but don't worry about that. It's just Luton. There's always an excuse.
Oh yeah, it's just bloody Luton, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just bloody Luton. Big up Jagjit Rawat says love from India. I'm on the Ange train. Big up Jagjit toot toot. Hey, enjoy yourself. Get yourself a snack. Enjoy the ride while you're strapped in. Callum Roche says Liverpool's most famous YouTuber had plenty of ifs, buts, and maybes, and he made the famous phrase. Or he made the phrase famous. Made the phrase famous. Framed the famous frame. I don't know what I'm saying now. One Touch says the reality is you don't know your best yet. Time will tell. Exactly. I agree. We don't know our best yet, Kunle. I agree, because people are saying, oh, you're getting these results and you're firing. Like, we've seen what Spurs have to offer is what I heard someone on a big channel say. I think it was the Big Six on the football terrace. It was some Arsenal fan and I think a City fan. They were like, well, we've kind of seen, we haven't seen the best yet of Liverpool and we haven't seen the best yet of Arsenal. And then they said, but with Spurs, I think that we've seen the best of them and we know kind of where more or less that they're at. Again, these people go on these big channels and they just chat absolute fucking waffle, and it's insane to me.
That's just insecurity, because they're assuming that because we're playing better football than them at the moment, that's our peak. And when they get going, they're going to somehow magically leapfrog us. But like you say, Jacob, we're still getting better. He said it himself. Like it's still not what he wants them to do. They're still having to think about it. It's not like a natural instinct. Mm-hmm. When that starts happening, then you're going to see fireworks, absolute fireworks. I've seen it before. Celtic 9, Aberdeen 0 or something like that. When he gets it going, which he hasn't yet, it's just going to be domination.
That's what I'm saying. People are saying that this is the best version of Spurs, and I'm like, it's not.
Yeah, 4 months into the job. Yeah, that's right. 4 months into
4 months in the job, and we're already at our best.
What's wrong? Why hasn't Clippity Klopp or Sharteta got his team? How long do you want? So each year they've got to fuck around for 4 months, have they? Is that what they got to do? They'll come alive in November. Don't you worry. Whereas we haven't even fired and we're brilliant.
So I'm saying, I would say we're in about like first, second gear. We're somewhere in that stage, and they're saying, "Oh, look how fast that car's going. That's as fast as Spurs can go." We're just off to the best start right now, and you haven't even seen what happens when we get that fucking gear shifter transmission thing, and we crunch. But Big Up One Touch does hit the nail on the head here. We don't know our best yet. Time will tell, and I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it when we are firing on all cylinders. How can we be at our best when Richarlison is starting, says Dry Roast Peanut. Again, another player that Ange Postecoglou did not purchase, that he is forced to use because of injuries to another player whom he did not purchase in Ivan Perisic, and an injury to a player whom he did give the green light to, and Maynor Solomon. We did sign Solomon as a free agent. So he did.
Maybe Brennan Johnson will start against Chelsea, because he looked all right.
I want to see. We will get into that. I do want to see Brennan Johnson start. Spoiler alert. I think everyone does. He's just a breath of fresh air, a winger that can really spread the pitch and really push a back line and give them something to think about vertically. Whereas I think Kulusevski and Richarlison do not. You just know you're going to be in for a physical one. That's what I think anyway. But Bogosian says Ange will have to do with 3 windows given the start. Next season we should be in demolition mode, tearing down some of the old moldy parts of the building. I agree there, Bogosian. Big up. David Shear says, "Good day, Jacob and Paul. Hope all are well." Absolutely. We are well. Well, I think you are, Paul, aren't you?
What was that? Sorry.
You're well. Someone said they hope you're well. So. I said we are, but then that was presumptuous of your feelings, so I didn't want to do that.
Oh, well, thank you. That's too kind of. Yeah, I'm all right, man. Yeah, I'm good.
Big up. Jayco says, Jacob, remember Sonny started as number 9 from 3rd game. Yeah, good point. I've always been in Sonny's corner, no matter where he is. I still think that Sonny can play left wing. There are Spurs fans and rival fans saying, well, Son is done at left wing. That's that. He's for sure done at left wing. And I just think that's a silly notion. Because if Richarlison was a better striker, Son would have 4 to 5 assists to his name in the first 3 games. So that's not Son's fault that he can't finish. Kunle says, that's like Arsenal saying, if we were at our best, we would have beat you. Come on, you were just trolling rivals for ifs, and here you are. Smash the likes, though.
This is like what Gary Neville often. Both Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher are kind of, I'm paraphrasing, but that's what they say about teams that we beat up. So Gary Neville will say, "Oh, if Arsenal had better players, they'd have won." It's like, well, yeah, of course. If we'd have better players, we would have. You know what I mean? The team is what the team is at the moment. There's no point in saying, "Oh, if they were, if they had better players and a better manager and a better ground and better fans, they would win something." Because this is what they are at the moment. Dog shit. Arsenal.
I love it. I can listen to that all day. Big up Key Bake. I forget how to say your name. Come on, you Spurs. Big up. Caption Grandma's in the house. First comment from Caption Grandma goes, question for Paul. Is Australia pepperoni made with kangaroo meat? That's atrocious, and I hope it's not.
No, it's made from dirty pigs. So, I might have to seek out some of this turkey stuff, man.
Turkey pepperoni. Hey, it don't taste that different. I'll put it that way. Steady as Shark says, I love Emerson. I'm so glad that he came good for us. I would say that we probably ain't even seen the best of Emerson yet. But you know what? I like him at a left back more than I like Ben Davies. More than I like any of our other options at left back. I'll put Emerson there over that and behind for them. More like 60 of them, Jacob. 60. 60 of what? 60 of the viewers? I don't know. But big up. We're on 88 likes, so we're 12 likes away from the 100. And there's 106 votes, so still about 20 people hitting something in the vote and not liking the video, but that's okay. You can live the life you so choose. But 42% says we need to be kind to Pochettino because of the memories. And second place, 26% says doesn't matter. He's Agent Poch now, so there you go. Faz Radfar, big up Jacob and Paul, top men, big up Faz. Ossiman is awesome, says Jayco. I agree. Do own goals count towards goals scored by the team and goal difference? Yes, says Paul. He's shaking his head, so I'm going to say he seemed pretty damn confident in that answer. So yes.
It's just goals for and goals against. So
yeah, because that is a goal for at the end of the day.
Yeah. If you win 2-0, whether they're 2 own goals or not, it's still 2 for you. So,
well, there you go. That covers a bunch of bases in regards to us being lucky with the own goals. So there you go. Does pineapple belong on hot dog? Do whatever you want, man. If you like pineapple, you will like it with hot dog. Go ahead, man. Have a good time. When does the FA Cup start, says Rick C. Do you know, Paul? Off the top of your head?
Strictly King. So, but the lower teams and all the non-team teams have had like 500 qualification rounds and all that. The big usually come in January. So that's third round proper.
Well, there you have it. If Levy treats Ange with respect and supports him all the way, I'd like to think he will love us a long time. I would like to think that too, Jamie. Rich says I'm balls deep in the pool in regards to how far they're into that pool. Rich is balls deep. That's waste. And once you've really gone balls deep, you've committed to getting like I'm swimming today. You know what I mean? Because yeah, you're not just exactly the point of no return, Rich. You have crossed over, so may as well start swimming laps with Paul. The pool's ever growing, and I love to see it. Why is my computer trying to like update internet account password? What the hell's going on right now? Bogosian says Liverpool lost that game because they were pumped up playing. They were pumped up like playing prime Barcelona. They just imploded against our quality. I think echoing the same sentiments of Paul there. Big shout out Bogosian.
Yep.
Futility says mad respect for going on some of the other pundits' channels. Most of them are creepy AF. You talking about me, Futility?
I like
I
like some of the. I like that Judge Mo, and what's that football? The other one.
This is football. Or Sarcasm City TV.
Sarcasm City, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great place. Yeah, shout out Flawless.
Goofing around, it's all silly stuff.
Well, they're just. they have passionate discussions, but it's not like go fuck yourself type of discussions, you know. Which that's always nice to see. That's always nice to be a part of. Timmy says we won't be at our best under Ange until fall of 25 or spring of 26, season 3. Give the man what he needs to totally revamp the squad. Then sit back and enjoy the Australian barbie cooking. Hey, mate, talk to me dirty, talk to me nicely. I like that. Bogosian says, Sir Hippie, respect. Sir, heavyweight. 60 passes between Romero. Oh, 60 passes.
60! Hey, what the fuck do I know? You know, I'm just some fucking idiot. Fucking idiot. Oh, look at him. Fucking, where's your car? Granddad? Cute. 60 passes, cunt. What's your next question, Jacob? Come on. Fucking hit me.
I don't know. I'm afraid to say anything to you because anything you say is just going to be right. Big up Ash. So over half of those 114 passes were to Vicario, and I said 9 to 12 like an idiot. I'm in the
so much.
I just wanted, yeah. Hey, Lionel Messi said he's the best defender in the world. You say you know more than Lionel Messi.
But hey, on the other hand, though, we should, I'm thinking we shouldn't poo-poo that too much because Crystal Palace did fuck all about it. They had plenty, what were they doing? They were just sitting back thinking, oh, maybe they're going to pass. It's like, no, we're just going to keep it back here until you come and try and get it.
I mean, look, at that juncture in the match, it's their job at home, down a goal, to come at us. And we were trying to say, come on. And they didn't want to. They said, no, I'm too scared because if we do, then you're going to fucking get up in them guts. And guess what? We got up in them guts regardless. But pick up Ash for keeping me accountable. Early January for the FA Cup, says Timmy. Bogosian says, Poch got us to a Champions League final. So many memories. Back off. The man deserves love and gratitude. To top it, he's now gutting Chelsea. Brilliant.
He's a man on the inside.
Agent
Pochettino.
Pochettino.
Johnny on the spot. Yeah, he's white anting them. He's like a termite. Might farm under a heritage house, that needs to be seriously demolished, but can't get approval. That's what Poch is doing.
Yeah. First round proper is actually this weekend, says Timmy, in regards to the FA Cup. So interesting there.
So that's like division. What do you call them? League 1 and League 2.
Yeah. Big up, J-Co. Darren Wimbledon says, do you get an assist for causing an own goal? I don't think you do.
I don't know that.
Let me see if it gave anyone an assist for that.
I've heard that question come up before, and I don't know the answer to that one. I think it would kind of make sense. No?
It doesn't. I think they've started to give assists if you cause a penalty.
Yeah. And
they convert the penalty. But let's get through the last bit of news here. This isn't the last bit, but this is one of the last little bits I have. Emerson Royale on the response to the criticism that he was receiving. He says, quote, I've always been a guy who has a lot of confidence in myself and my work. Whoever is watching don't know what I do every day. They don't watch my training. They don't know the work I do at home. I know who I am. They criticize me a lot, but I didn't listen. Obviously, there's no way I could escape it, but it was in front of me on social media and in the stadium. But I knew my potential. I believe that in a situation like this, you have two options. Either you victimize yourself or you turn things around. And I've always been the person to turn things around. Now, when I see this kind of a quote, I didn't listen to it because I believe it was in Portuguese. But when I see this kind of quote, this sounds and oozes like an Ange player, like a guy Ange can look at and say, I respect the hell out of you, and I think I could get something from you. And he has. At the left back position, he's better than the guy whose fucking job it is to be the backup left back. So there's something to be said about this guy's character, his mindset, and his work rate, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so, and I like his spirit as well. That's an intangible thing, I guess, but I think it's important to have characters like that in the team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think it is absolutely good to have people like that in the team. JC says, hey, Jacob, someone said Poch had a slow start at Spurs. Is it correct that he struggled for his first 6 months? What did he do to turn it around eventually? Paul, I'll let you take this one.
I'm not sure he did to turn it around, but he did take a while to get going.
Harry Kane becoming the man that he was becoming, I would say, is part of what helped turn it around. I think a young budding Harry Kane would help anybody that has that asset on their squad, quite frankly. I would say started getting players that could play the way that he wanted to play, that were coachable by his style of coaching, which is like he's a player's manager. He's not a manager's manager. We're like, you know, you look at some of these managers, like even Ange has kind of distanced himself from being that buddy manager. He's allowed Son and Madison and Romero to be in that spot of, hey, I'm your buddy, but I'm a leader. And Ange is like, I'm not your buddy, I'm just your leader. And I got a lot of love for you. And that's that. And it's just like a dad that wants you to do well, and he's not going to fucking carry you through it. And I respect the hell out of that. But go ahead. Is there something you want to say about that?
No, I think that inspires players to want to play for him. You know, like Bill Nicholson famously didn't hand out praise much with the players, but they all, you know, cliche, run through a brick wall for him. I think there was one player, it might have been Ralph Coates. But he scored a goal or had a good game, and Bill Nicholson patted him on the back. And Ralph Coates was like, wow, pat on the back. And he says, yeah, but it's only a foot away from a kick up the arse. You know, so. Hey,
that's a great way. Love you, but with a little bit of tough love. You know what I mean? A little bit of that can go a long way. Futility says, Poch looks like someone Ange would beat up for his lunch money.
Ange is not a bully.
Ange is not a bully. He would hug you and then get your lunch money. I think people would give him his lunch money just because, like, Ange, I want you to have this for me and know that I love you so much.
Hey, dude, I've got to hit the road again, and I'm overheating. I've got to put my aircon on again. So
yeah, no worries. Ellie says Uber, Paul. Yeah, thanks for joining, man. Have a great day. The Hotspur Hippie will be in the title of this video, so go ahead and hit that like.
Right, okay. Well, you know.
Yeah. I'll put it.
I did all right on Super Chats this morning on my stream, so the usual appearance fee, you can keep it this time, Jacob. It's all yours, man. So.
Oh, you mean I get to keep both of these figures? I'll just put those right back into my pocket. Very nice. Thank you. I get to keep those.
Oh, well, it's better than nothing, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, man, good luck. Good luck, and I hope everyone that gets into your car is a respectable person and tips you 200%.
Yeah, right. But thanks for the sentiment, man. And bye-bye, everyone in Jacob's chat. I'll see you around the traps, folks. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you. Big up, Paul. And good luck driving out there. Be safe on the streets. But big up, Ellie. Queen Ellie was talking about you earlier, and then you appeared. Big up, Ellie. How you doing? Alan Bennett is in the house as well. Says, hi, boys. Hope you're well. Just writing a book. Hey, write that book well, my friend. That's pretty cool. Shout out Secret Window, Johnny Depp. That makes me think of writing a book. J. Coe says, we could really use Reguilon right now. I think he's ass cheeks, so no, I don't think so. Also, Ange Postecoglou, I guess, thought it'd be better to keep Davies over him. I don't know. I was looking around. Sorry, I got that Wi-Fi signal, and I hate that Wi-Fi signal. Big up, David. The Irish Hotspur says, big up, boys. How are you doing, the Irish Hotspur? Everyone, if you haven't already, do go subscribe over there to the Irish Hotspur. They were doing the fan call-in show today. I went over there, hit a like, and listened for a few minutes, and then I had to dip. But big up, David. Big up, Jack, my favorite fucking place. Go subscribe there in the Hotspur Hippie, my two favorite channels for Tottenham Hotspur stuff. Yes, big up Ellie, big up, boys, much love. Always a lot of love, Ellie, when you're in the house. Always so blessed and fortunate when you're around. Bogosian says, we bought Emerson from Barcelona, by the way. They must have seen something to attract him when he was 19 years old. Maybe. That's a good point. I mean, that's an angle, I guess, that I haven't really explored personally. As to why we got Emerson. It seemed like a deadline day buy because we needed a warm body, and they were willing to let him go. But hey, he's here now, and he cares about us. But look, let me go ahead and make that big again. I liked a lot of the things I've been seeing him saying. There's a lot of things that he's been saying that's just gives. There's something else here. Yeah, I got this here. Emerson Royale, another quote here that I wanted to read from Emerson Royale says, and this is regards to competing with Pedro Porro. Again, another, I would say, example as to why I believe this guy is perfect for Ange Postecoglou, because Ange likes guys with this kind of mentality. Emerson Royale goes on to say about competing with Pedro Porro, says, quote, I'm completely professional. It's healthy competition, which we both enjoy. Even though I'm not always playing, I'm strong, and when the coach needs me, he can always count on me. I have ambition to seek my position again and keep Tottenham at the top of the table, and I believe that this season we have a great chance of staying in the fight for the title. This was how I was going to try and segue between a few things. Look, the last thing I do want to talk about, and this is an opinion, I think a lot of people differ, I guess, on how they feel. But this is a player that's saying we can stay in the fight for a title. Now, I have another, let me make this smaller so it's not as jarring when I scroll through this. Oh, by the way, we're still top of the table, in case you were wondering. I did bookmark that so that way everyone saw that. Where is it? Here's another person saying that we will be in the title fight, the fight for the title. Manchester City Pep Guardiola has firmly insisted that Tottenham Hotspur are genuine title contenders. Says, quote, look at Tottenham, how well they're playing. They play one game a week. They will be fit throughout the season. Tottenham will be there in regards to the challenging for the title. Pep said it. Or I showed on yesterday or the day before Saturday show I did, Arsenal Wenger. He said it too. A lot of people are saying it. I had this saved from the other day about Nico Williams, plays for Atletico Bilbao in the La Liga, younger brother of Inaki Williams, if you know who that is. Really, really quality winger. I don't need to say too much because 2 years ago when I first mentioned him online, not a lot of people know about him, but a lot of people know about him now. So I don't really got to say too much about Nico Williams. I think he's a quality young winger. Can definitely compete out there on the right versus Kulusevski and give us something different. And then obviously here's that tweet that I got of Pochettino. Let me see what the poll's saying. Have we changed our position yet? No, 116 votes say with 42% says be kind to him for the moment, or for the memories, sorry. And then right now 42% say we got to be kind to Pochettino. If you're being kind to Pochettino, be kind to the channel. Hit a like. We are 4 likes away from 100 on the stream. It's absolutely crazy because I think the most people that were watching was like 80-something. So big up everybody who tapped in, whether it was a short time or a long time. I hope it was a good time because either way, I do appreciate the support. It is free, costs nothing to do, and it means a lot to the channel. So thank you for that. To the 96 of y'all who have hit the like, thank you very much. JC says, I've seen a lot of other teams, but I haven't seen Spurs games. Would be interesting to see. You play a 4-3-3, correct? I would say we play more of like a 4-2-3-1, or it morphs into like a 2-5-3. It's kind of interesting to see. So to say whatever formation we play would just be for a graphic sake. If you're in broadcast, it would be for display sake. But it's very fluid throughout the match. You'll see both of those fullbacks on both sides at any point in the match really pushing up. Middle of the field, they're going to look like midfielders. They'll start pushing up, look like a second striker. You just quite never know. Big up Ellie, Ben, and Jerry's. I don't know who Ben and Jerry. It's a good ice cream. JC says, is Porro playing right back? How quick is he? He's pretty quick. He's pretty strong. He's got a good shot, I'd say. Defensively, he can be got at, I should say. He can be definitely, you can have a go, and that's where you might find some glories going at Pedro Porro. Look, he was at fault for Palace's goal with Jordan Ayew. I would say he was also at fault for another chance in which that they didn't capitalize. He can be shaky in defense. And it's interesting because I really thought that he was starting to improve that. I thought he was starting to be better defensively since the first start that he made. But honestly, he regressed a little bit defensively in my eyes. Now, going forward is where Chelsea should be really worried about Pedro Porro. But I would say defensively, that may be your route to glory. Big up, Ellie. Hello, how you doing? With the super chat. says, Jacob, for you and the fam, because Spurs going to win the league, and it's a down payment for the celebratory party. Ellie, big up, Queen Ellie. Everyone dubs in the chat for Ellie. Going above and beyond the Call of Booty here. Also double dipping as a YouTube chat member. And now also sending a super chat. Double dipping, and I ain't talking queso or salsa, Ellie. So thank you very much for your monetary support of the channel. Not only that, but as a supporter of me and my family. I do appreciate that. You're Greek, and you know that ain't why I love you, but it's like spinacal pizza. I just get a little bit more, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm full, but a little bit more spinacal pizza. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But big up Ellie, Spurs women own. I hope you are well. Thank you so much for your generosity. And thank you as well for Inacoma and David Shear sharing their membership chats as well throughout the show. I appreciate that. And Ellie for the first solo dolo super chat. It is a beautiful orange color. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Thank you. And it's getting cold here, so can't wait for that jacket, that little tracky jacky to get here. And then I'm also going to shout you out again. Ellie, big up. Thank you so much. Can't wait for you to come onto the channel again. We'll have to get that sorted out, get you on the channel. But big up and thank you so much for this. JC says, Poro will be against the fastest winger this season. You talking about Mykhailo Mudryk? He didn't even start last week. Are you talking about Raheem Sterling? Who are you talking about, JC? Big up Jack and Dave, but I suspect it's Jack only, says Ellie. Big up, always showing some love. Irish Hotspur. I always love Irish Hotspur. Has to be Jack with the Ben & Jerry's reference. Do they have Ben & Jerry's in Ireland? I don't know. They might, but I don't know. Van de Veen will have the positional advantage against Mudryk, so it might not matter if he gets past Poro. Mudryk was rested, says JC. I'm really not afraid of Mudryk, if I'm honest. I think he's got a lot of potential, but I think he's too raw right now to be counted on. That's just my personal opinion. I could be so wrong. But I hope I'm right. I'll put it that way. I freaking hope I'm right. But big up. Thank you again, Ellie. I'm going to leave this up because honestly, it's just a very generous donation to the channel. And I see we hit a big up. Talk to me nicely. 100 likes on the video while we're live. Appreciate that, y'all. Big up every single one of you that fucking hit that like. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Let me keep going through the rest of this so I don't keep y'all for too much longer. But allegedly, I saw this source Fachages, which I don't know what a Fachage is. Look at this. I've never seen this. It's not clickable. It's not someone we could look at live on air. But source Fachages says that Tottenham are interested in Borussia Mönchengladbach's 26-year-old Japan defender Ko Itakura. So think about that. Oh, hey, big up Futility hitting us with a Australian $29.99 super sticker. Big up, big donation to the channel. If my currency exchange is correct, thank you so much. Either way, no matter, I mean, it's orange. It's the same color as Ellie, so I'm assuming it's in the same, but it's a super sticker, and it is. They're holding up a trophy, so that's Chewy holding the cup. A big up Futility. Appreciate that. It says, let's celebrate their first super on a live stream. If that is your first super and it was to this channel, you have touched my soul, good sir. Should I wake the dog? He's snoring right now, but should I wake him? You tell me, Futility. Should I wake him right now? I'll wake him up for this super sticker. I don't give a damn. But maybe I should let him sleep. You tell me right now. Hey, a big up. Whoever's smashing those celebration emojis in the chat, I see you. My wife was in the chat yesterday, and she said she was smashing hearts. And she was like, did you see my hearts that I sent you? And like, I don't know who sent them, but I see you either way. Big up with the celebration. Big up Futility 1912 showing a bunch of support here to the channel. Thank you so much. That means a lot, my friend. Love the sticker of Chewy holding the cup. Look, I've been talking to my wife, and I told her with the next YouTube check, I want to get a tripod for my phone. And what I'll do is I'll put my phone and I'll put it on a little tripod right here for Chewy, and we'll have a Chewy cam. And I'll just put him somewhere on the screen so we can all have a Chewy cam and we can all celebrate having Chewy on the stream. But big up Futility. Thank you so much for the financial donation as well. But I don't know who this guy is. 26-year-old Japan defender Ko Itakura. But you know what? I don't really care who he is. I'll take him over Eric Dyer. If this guy can be another buffer between us and Eric Dyer seeing the pitch, I'm all for it. Long may it continue. JC says, wait, Steady as Shark says that's the most bootlegged looking source ever. Bro, tell me about it. What is Fachagelas? I don't know what that is, man. Futility, let him sleep. He knows what he's doing. Hey, fair play. You called the shots. You hit us with that sticker. I'll wake him up, make him shake around a trophy or something. I mean, I can't make him do anything. I barely could get him to do the show today. My wife had to drag him in here. It's because like the route to get to the studio is the same route to get to the back patio. And whenever I try and he had a pee accident, so I had to put him on the back patio the other day. And since then, now he thinks I'm trying to throw him on the back patio, and he doesn't want to come stream with me no more. But we got him to show up today. But big up Futility for that. JC says Mudryk has been improving, but honestly, he will start with Sterling on the right side. Love that. I'm looking at having some Chelsea content creators on as well, JC. I'm working on getting a couple different people on. Don't want to give anything away yet, but I'm working on having a couple things throughout the week for y'all. So keep it locked. Hit that notification bell if you haven't already. I see 103 likes. Hey, big shout out to all 103 of y'all. Appreciate you doing the call of duty. The call of booty here on the channel. Barry Shuttleworth says Mudryk was injured, quote, felt a small muscle strain yesterday, but the hope is he'll be available for the next game. It's not a big issue. Should be fixed by the next few days. I think that guy's always in. He isn't he always in at the gym, lifting weights and stuff, getting big, getting swoly goalie. Balloon Dork, hey, big up, Big Steve, subs to Mancunian Way, 100th like. Did I win a signed Sun jersey, bro? If I had a signed Sun jersey, it'd be on display right behind me. I have a Sun jersey, but it ain't signed. But hey, if the channel ever gets big enough, I would love to give away some cool shit like that. Big up Futility. Rabizio Homanio, aka Mr. Telltale Coys. This is a new name in the chat. Says love and subscribe. Hey, big up. Appreciate you. Did we get any new subscribers while the show's been on? I see 2 new subscribers. Hey, if that's one of you, Rabizio, big up, Rabizio. Says get Lewis. I will try. I'll try. I don't have Lewis's number, but I am friends with his friends, so maybe we can make it happen. If you know Lewis, say, hey, go on United Spurs of America. Tell him. Ellie with a $2.99 super sticker. Big up. Let me see what the sticker is. Thank you so much. Oh, Chang gifting some memberships. Big up, Chang. Gifting memberships out here. Big up. Ellie with the super sticker. It is, hang on, what does that say? Oh, it's fucking yeah. Hell yeah. Come on, Ellie. It's with the coys. Big up. I appreciate that, Ellie. You already blessed me with a super chat, now a super sticker. Y'all got the ball rolling because look, now Chang is here. Big up, Chang, my man from Twitter. He's gifting 5 memberships to United Spurs of America. Again, look, he's gifting so many memberships that Sonaldo wasn't even here but got a membership because I think there's just not enough people in the chat for him to gift all these memberships to. But big up. Let's see who got the memberships today. So if you're here and you hear this, you got a membership from Chang. JC, welcome to the family. Mitchell D is in the house. Welcome to the family. Antonios Vorrias was gifted a membership as well from Chang. Carefree Chloe was gifted a membership from Chang. That's a new name in the chat. How you doing? And Will Stewart 365, big up Will, says was gifted a membership by Chang as well. Big up to the 5 of y'all and welcome to the family. Big up Chang. Dubs in the chat for Chang. And Ali, another super sticker. What is that? An ice cream cone or is that a bouquet of flowers? I think it's an ice cream cone. You telling me to get some ice cream with that? Hey, you don't got to tell me much. You're making me feel so blessed. It's not even my birthday. My birthday's on Wednesday, and you already telling me to get some ice cream. My wife and I have been talking about what we want to do as far as dinner plans and such for the day. But you know what? I'm gonna go for some ice cream. Because of you, Ellie. Because of that super sticker. Thank you so much. Big up everybody. Hey, it just all of a sudden just started pouring in, Ellie. So, Y'all just started pouring in with the support. I appreciate that. Ellie with the super chat and futility with the super sticker. Then Ellie with 2 stickers and Chang with the 5 membos. Big up. Dubs in the chat for all single one of y'all. Big up. Appreciate y'all being here. My camera's not focusing, and I don't really know why. But honestly, this touches me. This is great. I appreciate y'all's financial support on the channel. Obviously, as you know, I'm a family man here. All this money goes towards my family. So you've blessed me. You've blessed my family. You've made me feel very, very blessed today. So thank you very much. But again, you don't have to do that here. All I ask is just hit a like if you don't mind. 107 of y'all have, so 107 of y'all do not mind hitting the like for your boy. And 121 people have voted with, again, 43%. We're saying be nice to Pochettino. That's what we're saying. Be nice to Pochettino. Big up. Big up. Love to see the love in the chat, y'all. Y'all making me feel blessed. So thank you. Rowan Kumar says, thank you to Irish Hotspur for introducing me to you, Jacob, and then to you for introducing me to the Hotspur hippie. Got great content going all day, every day now. Hey, that's what it's about. We're building a little community founded on love and maybe a little delusion, but it's all built on the foundation of love for Tottenham Hotspur and the beautiful, beautiful sport. So regardless if you're not a fan of Tottenham, you can still love and support all the channels and content creators, because quite frankly, if you don't make content yourself, I don't think everyone realizes how much work goes into it and how much love that people put into it. So big up everyone who has come through with the love. Ange for Prime Minister says Rabizio. Hey, Rabizio, that's a hell of a name. Ice cream from Ellie. Appreciate that. Big up Ryman's son in the house. Big up Ryman's son. Hey, we just hit 2 hours. Big up every single one of y'all that are here in the house. My wife is probably like, where the hell are you at now? So big up to every single person who has been here in the chat. I will be running through the last bit of news and wrapping things up in just 1 second. But steady as Shark says Spurs U21 play tomorrow. I'm actually excited to watch all of our teams play now. It's awesome. You know what? We do we? Oh, do we? Let me see if Spurs play is going to show it, because if they are, maybe we do a watchy, a Halloween, a spooky watch along. The EFL trophy, Spurs versus Peterborough United in 18 hours at 1 p.m. Should we do that, y'all? Should we do a watch along for the U21s? I don't know who all them are. Maybe Irish Hotspur's doing a watch along for that. So maybe we'll go over there. I don't know. We'll see. But big up EPL. Here we go. Hey, Rabizio's on the train. Toot toot. Hey, it's Dave. Big up Dave. Dave's a great guy. On air, off air. What a fucking guy. Go sub to the Irish Hotspur if you haven't. Again, channels like the Irish Hotspur, Hotspur Hippie. If you go to my main page on United Spurs of America, you scroll down to the bottom, you see featured on. You can always find the channels there that I want you to go subscribe to mandatorily, expeditiously need you to. Dave says, Rowan, 2 great guys, mate. They deserve love and support. Big up. Appreciate that, Dave. It all stems from the top, my friend. And hey, the wind blows the strongest up there. So how you feeling? How's the weather? Best wishes and have a nice evening from JC. Big up, JC. Hope to have you here throughout the week. We will be previewing more and more of the Chelsea. We'll do predicted lineups. We'll do goal scorers. We might do a combined 11 with a rival content creator. If I can get Lewis, or I got another guy. You might know him from Don from the Football Terrace as well. Yeah, I'd be down to show up to whatever, says Steady as Shark. Steady as Shark, you a ride or die. You here regardless of what we doing, and I appreciate that. That's beautiful. What's going on with my camera? Gonna focus? There we go. Hey, look at that. We're back. Big up. Good stuff, Jacob and all. Coach. Big up, Daniel Field. Appreciate that. Let me see. But yeah, they are going to show it on Spurs Play, so I will be able to watch the Spurs U21s tomorrow. That'll be a lot of fun. Let me see what last little bit of news is before everyone leaves. I have that saved somewhere else. Oh, look, I do want to show this because I feel like it's kind of pertinent, right? In 10 games so far, shout out Tracy_KM_ says in 10 games so far, Arsenal has been given 6 penalties, significantly higher than the rest of its teams. But Arsenal fans want to talk about luck. They have double than second place, Arsenal. They have 6 penalties. Aston Villa with 3, Liverpool with 3, Newcastle with 3, Brentford with 2. I can keep going, but you ain't going to see Tottenham Hotspur because we ain't been given 1. And look, the person that she mudded deleted their fucking account. This was a reply to somebody. The post is from an account that no longer... She mudded them so bad that they deleted their entire account. Ain't that something? But look at that. Penalties scored this year, Arsenal with the most, but they want to tell us that the refs cheat for us. That's hilarious to me. Again, here just for visual representation and historical factoids. As of Monday, October 30th, and when I turn 33 years old, November 1st, Tottenham Hotspur will be top of the league, baby. And I'm going to enjoy the fuck out of that because I just actually realized, I just deeped it, that we're going to be top of the league on my birthday. How about that? Immaculate vibes, 100%. Big up. Yeah, Lewis is a nice guy. Yeah, again, I'm friends with like Flawless and all them. I know a bunch of people he knows, so it's just a matter of time if we can get it going. Love the Irish Hotspur. Don't we all? Don't we all love the Irish Hotspur? Let's see what else I had saved here. Again, let's all laugh at Liverpool. Let's laugh at Klopp and Schmadke for thinking Van de Ven couldn't make the step up. And let's not laugh. Let's actually thank them. Because if they had come in for him, then you know what? It might be not as happy right now. Big up. Dean said, very cozy right now. Dean, that's because the sign-off is getting infamous. You can always sign off anything you do with a little quiz. Very cozy. Always cozy around here. Dave, Jacob, you're November, baby. My birthday is November 4th. Bro, that's my stepdad's birthday. November 4th. That's fucking crazy. Big up. Hey, your birthday's around the corner too, my friend. You're closer to the Chelsea match than I. Originally, the Chelsea match was supposed to be on my birthday, but it's actually closer to your birthday, Dave. Very, very fun. I'll have to remember that and sing you a little happy birthday. And then Simone Umain, another person who I reference frequently on this channel, says everywhere I look, Kulusevski is topping some kind of stat. And so the stats that he's referencing is sprinting distance when pressing. Heung-min Son is number 1, Szoboszlai is number 2, Anthony Gordon number 3, and Martin Odegaard at number 4. And Dan Kulusevski is the only winger. Well, Anthony Gordon. So that's pretty nice. Top 5. And then there's some charts of some stuff. You can find it on Twitter. But apparently Kulusevski's in top 6 for Premier League players with the most threatening ball carries. And then also players under 25 with productive progressors along the top 5 leagues. So under 25 being a productive progressor across the top 5 leagues. Dan Kulusevski's right here. So very high up and to the likes of some other very good players. So that's cool. I don't know what that means necessarily, but there you go. There's another stat. And I don't really know what that means either. So there you go. We did that quote. I saw this. So Fabrizio Romano on YouTube said, I'm all coized up right now. Hey, Dean, talk to me nicely. Let's all get coized up right now. Ash says, who would take our penalties? That's a great question. No fucking clue. James Maddison or Son? Son was my guess because he's a captain. But then Madison would probably be my next choice. Yeah. Oh, you had a ticket, but now you can't go because they moved it. Those motherfuckers, dude. I'm sorry that happened to you. That sucks. I hate that they've been moving everything around like that. But c'est la vie, I suppose. Madison, Son on penalties for Rowan. Son, Madison on penalties for David. I suspect Son being the main one. Yeah, same here, bro. Madison is probably a better taker. I don't know. I'd say it remains to be seen. But we don't get any damn penalties awarded to us, so we'll find out. But look, Fabrizio Romano on YouTube said this, quote, the players of Tottenham, from what I am hearing, which he hears a lot apparently, are not just happy with what they're doing on the pitch, but what they are doing in training. That was the crucial change by Ange Postecoglou from what I am hearing. Already in preseason and now during the season, they are enjoying the training sessions. They are very happy with this high pressing wanted by Ange Postecoglou. New mentality, new approach, new ideas. They are very happy with Postecoglou since day one. And I think, hey, they say happy wife, happy life. I say happy players, happy something that rhymes with players in regards to our club. I couldn't think of one. But look, if the players are happy, which Yves Bissouma looks a completely different man, I would say they're going to perform better. Also, Kulusevski speaking about Ange Postecoglou says, quote, Postecoglou, excellent manager. He speaks about life stories, not just football. It was clear already in preseason training sessions under Ange are funny, and we work a lot with the ball. We press a lot. But also, we learn from him, and we're really enjoying it. So isn't that very sweet? Good night to David. Good night. Get some sleep and dream of that trophy, my friend. We will be wrapping it up there. I will say goodbye for now. So everybody, if you haven't yet, hit a like on the video if you don't mind, or you don't have to. Participate in the poll or don't. There's 127 votes, so really only 17 people. There's 110 likes. Damn, shout out all 110 of y'all hitting those likes up. I appreciate that. And 127 votes says, what do you think the appropriate way to welcome back Poch is? And a resounding 42% say be kind to him. So it looks like we're going to have to be nice because of the memories. Thanks for the memories. And 26%, second place, says doesn't matter. He's Agent Poch now. And respectively 18 and 14% for the third and fourth place. Says I'm not bitter and he's mad. I'm not bitter or mad, and he's got to hold that L. That technically is where I reside. So if you voted that, that's where I am. I'm not bitter or mad. He's just got to hold that L. That's just kind of where I'm at. And Paul said it best. He's part of the enemies now. So there you go. That's going to do it here for episode number 83 of the Untitled series here on United Spurs of America. I go over to the starred chat so I can thank everyone who monetarily thanked. And honestly, there's every color in the rainbow. So big up. Y'all have blessed me so much. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. Big up Inacoma and David Shear for using their membership chats. Big up every single time. Ellie as well for the first super chat, kicking things off. And then everyone really just started blessing me. And I'm like, damn, it's not even my birthday, but y'all making it rain on me. And I feel like I'm a booty shaking at the club and y'all making the dollar bills rain on me or something. Talk to me nicely, Ellie. Damn, but thank you for this super chat. And then Futility hit us with the first ever Futility monetary chat, which was a super sticker of Chewy holding the cup, and I love to see it. Ellie then with another super sticker to counteract the 2 super stickers from Ellie after her super chat. So big up Ellie for that, and Chang with the 5 gifted memberships. Always here blessing the chat, so you never know what you might get if you were here. But big up to everyone who was here. If you are watching on playback, big up yourself right now. I hope you're having a blessed day. I hope it's better than yesterday, and I hope tomorrow's better than today. And that goes for every single one of you, even if you're still with me live right now. I will direct you on over to Hussam with This Is Football. Go over there and say LOL, we're top of the league or something. Troll him because you know he's still thinking about Tottenham Hotspur day and night. But that's going to do it here. I appreciate every single one of y'all. I look to be back tomorrow. I'm looking to be back tomorrow. So keep it locked. Hit the notification bell if you haven't already and you will find out. But until next time, folks, as always, stay fresh, stay blessed. Up the lads and come on, you Spurs. Hit the wrong damn outro. Sorry about that, y'all. But coach.
United Spurs of America with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.